the people that didn't know me before, they got to know who Lasmid was, because Kwame Eugene like opened like a great door for me.
Yeah, man.
The headline just screams disastrous performance by Rema, right? Then you be like, wow, Rema just went to do nonsense. Then you enter the article and you now actually see like them actually like saying, oh, it was caused by this. This.
And for people to try and rationalize and defend this, but what's saying is true. Doesn't change the fucking fact that you're spitting on a whole market. You're spitting on a whole ecosystem. Let me welcome you guys. Appreciate everyone tuning in, listening either on the podcast or listening directly on Space. We're about to kick off as usual with the top 10 records, and then we have our guest Lasmid coming up, and then we're hoping to catch up on some topics like Coachella that happened yesterday. Rema, Tyla, Amaarae on there. We had obviously some burning discussions from last week that Burna put out on his story. We'll definitely tap into that, and we also react to Davido's track list that's just been announced. And of course, we can't end the space without doing some new music. A lot of the exciting drops from Rema, Lojay, and projects as well from what's his name? LAX. We also got one from Kesh. So lots of new music to tap into as well. But we'll kick off with the top 10. We have some activity outside the top 10 this week, guys. We have Fido's Joy Is Coming departs the top 10 after logging 15 consecutive weeks in the region of the chart. It's number 11 this week. Okay. How are you feeling about that record, man? It's done the madness, hasn't it? Joy Is Coming by Fido.
Joy has come, let it go, man. It has come. Can be going on.
Try. Yinka, your audio is a bit muddy, but yes, we hear you. All right, man. Another activity outside the top 10 this week. We have Odumodu Black's Legolas jumps to a new peak of number 12 in its first full week of release. We also have Ruga's Giveaway with Zlatan hits a new peak of number 14. We also have activity for Zinoliski's Most Wanted, debuting at number 15. Another activity to pick up from is Pokoli's Hey Jago, with Sade and Ramajago hitting a new peak of number 16 in its third week on the charts. And last but not the least, Chief Priest with More Money, with Boy P, Brown Joe, and Heist hitting a new peak of number 30. Okay, so that's some of the buzzing activity outside the top 10. We'll get into the top 10 right now. Right away at number 10. At number 10, we have Why Love by Ashake. Okay, let me be sure about this. Okay, yes, yeah. Why Love by Ashake, man. So the opposite of your prediction. Because my brother was contending for number 1. Anyway, yes, it returned to number 10 this week. But hey, listen, this record is having some momentum, man. So you can't laugh that loud. You know what I mean? Anyway, moving up to number 9, we have Faceless and Serotonin with Venus. Okay, steady at number 9 from last week. Moving up to number 8, Famous Pluto Naskra holds another position at number 8, yet still its peak so far. All right, moving up to number 7, holding up the same spot for yet another week, we have Rema, which is a former number 1. Baby, Is It a Crime? All right, if you're considering About You is not going to be in this week's running. It just dropped recently, so we're expecting to see some activity for that song next week. All right, moving up to number 6, dipping by 1 position, we have Lahore by Shali Poppy. All right, moving from number 5 to number 6, which brings us to number 5 this week, being Davido's Be There Still retreats to number 5 after peaking at number 2. So two drops, or 3 drops rather, for that record. All right. And at number four, wow, I'm blazing through this. I didn't realize how fast I am, actually. At number 4 this week, we have Chella's My Darlin'. Lifts to a new high of number 4 on this week's Top 100. It tallied 2.262 million on-demand streams, making it number 2 on streaming. Wow. And 25.9 million in radio reach, making it number 35 on radio. It is now challenging, ladies and gentlemen, get this. It is challenging for number 1 on next week's chart. Crazy. How are you feeling about My Darlin', Chella?
Sweet melody.
Sweet melody.
I just want to say that was it Emmanuel? Yes, thanks to Emmanuel. I think when he dropped his first EP, you were like, you commented about it and you were like, oh, though he used to, or necessarily we did not take him, or he came across as not a serious person,
artist,
serious somebody. Yes. But I went and listened to that EP and I genuinely loved it. Like, that EP is one of my best EPs.
Wait, what did I say about the EP first off? Just to clarify.
No, you actually said that the EP, no, you said like, oh, like when you come across him on TikTok and his and he blew with the whole yash. Do you understand? So like we thought it was just another. Should I mention names? We thought it was just another Nas boy.
Okay, so don't say that.
How now?
Lost
Now
boy.
what for you, bro?
See, Lost boy. Take us yourself.
But if you get what I mean, Sha, you should get what I mean.
I know.
Not in a bad way now. Nas boy is an incredible artist.
Look how we jumped you, bro. Like you deserve it. Don't worry.
But like I feel like I'm happy that he's getting like his flowers, like and the song. But I feel like there are better songs on the EP though that I personally prefer more than this one. But a win is a win.
A win is a win, bro. A win is a win. All right, man. That was Chella. Any other thoughts on Chella making it to number 4 this week and challenging number 1 next week? Crazy.
All I want to say is AFROBEATS. See, I know it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. Like, honestly, it's just not going anywhere. I'm a piano and the fusion with AFROBEATS. It's like it's here to like really stay. Yeah. And it's not even one of those stays that it's gonna stay for a while, 6 months and go. Like I think it's now here to stay as a subgenre.
Yeah.
People keep doing it forever now. Like it's a genre that's here to stay. It's insane.
Wow.
I just feel like it's going to be, if you can do it right, then you break the noise, because the rest will just be repetition of the same thing, I guess.
Yeah, man.
So yeah.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
My question is, how is Lao already declining?
Song of the summer.
Sorry, Junior. What did you say? Junior, you were saying something?
I said like Lao is already dipping. I'm not expecting to be dipping yet.
Lao just dropped 1 spot, so it's not. Let's not be dramatic about it.
I gave
I'm not dramatic.
I gave what's it called? How do you even call it? I had a theory for Lahore and Baby Is It a Crime some weeks ago. I don't know if you remember it, Ima, or if you were even here, but like the long wait between the snippet and the drop.
You mean tanked it?
Sorry?
Like, are you going to say it tanked it, the period, the long wait before?
That long wait, I think, has something. I can't explain if it's a negative influence or a positive influence, but it had something to do with what's happening to Baby Is It a Crime and Lahore.
Okay. We'll probably pause.
We'll get to that.
We'll probably pause this theory and get to the rest of the top 10 for now. All right. Yes, that was number 4 this week. Chella with My Darlin'. And at number 3, rebounding, we have Odumodu's Pity This Boy. Featuring Victoni, rebounds to number 3 on this week. Okay, after the song peaked at number 2 so far on the chart. All right, Pity This Boy out here at number 3. Now, before we get into top 2, quick recap of this week's top 10. on turntable charts, the only aggregate chart system in Nigeria, putting together radio and streaming. Okay, at number 10 this week, we had Ashake with Why Love. Number 9, we had Venus by Serotonin and Faceless. At number 8, okay, we had Naskra by Famous Pluto. At number 7, we have Baby by Rema. At number 6, we had Lahore by Shali Poppy. At number 5, we have Be There Still by Davido. At number 4, we have My Darling by Chella. And at number 3, we have Pity This Boy with Modu Black and Victoni. Okay? At number 2, ladies and gentlemen, holding at number 2, which is the song's peak, we have Get Better by Zlatan and Fola, peaking at number 2 for yet another week after tallying 2.07 million on-demand streams, making it number 4 on streaming, and 53.8 million in radio airplay, making it number 6 on radio. Zlatan and Fola are part of the select group of artists who have peaked in the top 2 with multiple entries, but never earned number 1 in Nigeria. Interesting fact. They have 2 each. Okay, Victoni with 3, okay, and Tiwa Savage with 2 are the other artists on this stat. Interesting stat for that one. But yeah, man, that was number 2. Fola Gets Better with Zlatan. How are we feeling? How are we feeling about that record? Number 2 out here.
Yeah.
Beautiful record. Beautiful record, by the way. I just heard it last week on stream for the first time. Beautiful, beautiful record. Anyway.
Afro Adura to the world, not all those copy and paste from Shay Vibes. Thank you very much.
For real.
I beg you. What do you mean by copy and paste? No, agenda no.
Hello. Anyway, guys, and that brings us to our number 1 for the 5th week. Okay, 5th week at the number 1 spot. Kumi's Arike is out here, topping the charts in Nigeria yet again. The song tallied 3.17 million on-demand streams, making it number 1 on streaming, and 41 million in radio reach, making it number 11 on radio. Which then gets us to the craziest stat about this week's top 10, which, as soon as I'm reading this, man, it's so crazy. Important thing to note, shout out to Turntable. Important thing to note, the artist responsible for half of this week's top 10 never charted ever before exactly a year ago, including artists with both number 1 and 2 songs respectively. Okay, so we have Kumi, we have Fola, we have Chella, we have Famous Pluto, and Serotonin. All new acts for the top 10. For the charts in general, not even the top 10. Isn't that crazy?
Shout out to the ecosystem.
Isn't that crazy?
Afrobeats is dead, dude. Afrobeats is not growing.
Isn't that crazy right now? Like, come on. The fact that there are all new faces on the charts, we've actually noticed a huge spike in breakouts. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, this obviously validates that point that we're seeing fresh new artists hitting such heights, for Nigerian music, which is, yeah, man. Kumi doing it for 5 weeks at number 1. Crazy. But anyway, how do you guys feel about that?
Shout out to the consumers, bro. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, man. Space is booming. But any other thoughts overall for this week's top 10? Fairly interesting top 10 that we have.
I want to say something. It's probably controversial, but right now probably start to associate me with controversial takes.
Is it related to the top 10?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's go.
I think what might be contributing to... Okay, I'll give an example after saying this. Mm-hmm. What might be contributing to like the new influx of new names and new faces in the top 10 might have something to do with like exhaustion with the existing. And
okay,
this happened. This is a result of a lot of factors. The existing is putting out tired music to a certain degree, and this is a shot at my goat Rema. He's now putting out what you would call, I don't know, mainstream regular music, if that makes sense. That's my goat, by the way.
Okay.
I don't know what he just dropped recently. It's not bad, But
Okay.
it's like
I
an
think I
even
just
worse
go with
version.
boxing gloves.
Sorry, wait, Junior, I beg.
It's an even, I don't know, it's an even more, should I say, for lack of better words, to use the worst word possible that I can think of right now,
Gotcha.
generic version of Baby Is It a Crime?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's on the artist part, like
Right.
putting out tired music, and then on the listener's part, it has to do with like hearing the same voice, the same approach, the same thing, and then these guys come in, the new people, and then it's a different voice, it's a different person, it's something new, something crisp, and to tie both points together, Get Better sounds like Propeller. Bro, it's a number 2. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, why aren't we tired of Get Better? But like, it's pretty much Propeller with a different person on it.
Oh, you're saying the song gets better?
Yeah, sounds like
It
Propeller by
sounds like
Benson.
Benson's. Okay, this is
Yeah,
different. This is a different point.
it sounds like Benson's Propeller, but we're accepting it partly, in my opinion, because it's new people. It's a new person. It's a new voice. Like, emphasis on voice. I'm not saying that as a parable.
Right.
Yeah, so like, it's a combination of a lot of factors. Like, I'm just getting to the bottom of you asking the question of why is it happening? Why are there new faces on the chart? And I'm saying it's basically a combination of both tired sounds and tired listeners. And yeah, people want to recycle this shit. We'll get our goats back. They would probably wake up and get new writers or get new inspiration, take some time off, do new stuff, and they will come back. But for now, I think the influence is coming from both tired listeners and tired artists and just a tired industry. And there needs to be a little shake up before the main guys come back again.
I got you. I think one thing is for sure, like with what you're saying too, it's kind of connected to that. Like we're talking about the power of the big three. Essentially, there's only one member of the big three currently in the top 10, but then again, I think it's because he has an album coming out. But essentially, we've seen the conversation about the hold that the big three kind of had on the grip rather that they had on the Nigerian market as kind of, I mean, in lots of ways, like it's kind of loosened out in some sense and opened more doors for other artists too. But yeah, Junior, you wanted to add something.
Junior, just before you go, even the one big three that's on the charts never hit number 1.
What do you mean never hit number 1?
Did Be Dare still hit number 1 at any point? I think it peaked at number 2.
Wait, you mean this song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, no,
Yeah.
not Davido. Davido's been around.
Yeah, no. Like, he never peaked at number 1, even currently. Like, that's how tired people probably are.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I feel like this conversation about Afrobeats being saturated has been since last year, and since last year I've been tweeting about this. The only way you can get
Sorry,
like,
Junior.
you can get
Sorry,
tired.
Junior.
Yeah?
So let me pause you there. Your mic, please. Is there any way you can get it to be consistent? We're hearing a lot of shaking and dances there.
Cool.
It's kind of...
Is it better now?
Oh no, it's a lot. Well, okay, now it's not that background noise.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I said like last year we had this conversation about the saturation we've seen, the lack of creativity, we are getting bored up. And I put out a tweet then, I was like, the only reason why you're having these complaints is because you only listen to mainstream. I'm sorry. If you're somebody that listens to a lot of upcoming acts, you will not see Afrobeat is saturated. Right? Now, they are tired, yes. It's not new. And me, the way I want to come at Harvey is saying that Rema single and stuff is generic. I'm sorry, but this guy dropped his and he came for his neck. Now he's dropping R&B. You're saying it's generic. What do you want? I don't understand. You risk, bro. Like, I don't understand. Humans are very hard to please in this world. You said he did not follow up his calm down shit with commercial music because he wants to do that for the scene. He did that one, risk his own fucking career, or I don't know why you guys want to put it. He should not put out what was meant to put out. But now he's dropping generic music just because he's dropping R&B. It's generic.
Okay.
It's generic R&B. You've listened to
Sorry,
Adele, the
can I
same
say
same thing
something?
Adele has been singing for the past 15 years. It's not generic to you. But come to
Yo, can you
Nigeria, these
guys
guys
hear
be
me right now?
performing one kind
More.
mad
Okay. Right after Junior. Right
term.
after Junior.
Actually, it's pissing me off by hearing that word generic. Is it a crime about
Omojinu,
you?
See again.
Omojinu,
It's
too
like
much, bro.
I'm getting
All right.
no, it's very
All right,
annoying
Junior. All right,
now.
Junior.
It's
Real
like you
quick.
can't please
All right,
these
Junior. Real
people.
quick. Real quick. I don't want to give Harvey any bill, but anyway. Let me just ignore what I was going to say. Dante, you want to say something quickly?
Yeah, I don't. First of all, I don't think Avi is the person that was complaining about this, but he's allowed to feel how he wants to feel because the way he feels about Bachu is how I felt about Is It a Crime? But I like Bachu a lot, like a
Interesting.
lot more. Yeah, I like that a lot more, right?
Okay.
And I don't think his point is also very controversial because it happens in this country a lot. Like the pendulum swings. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing. That's the only way we get new stars, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just bound to happen. That's just the way I feel. And
I
if
Sorry, finish
yeah,
your
go
thought,
ahead.
Dante.
All right. And if like people are like, oh, it's a new face, and that's like going to aid their exhaustion, like make them be able to receive new material. Like let's be that way for a bit, you know. That means you open a window for many people to come in before the big guys come back and like, you know, run shit again.
Okay. Sorry, who wanted to respond to Dante?
that was actually that was
Wait, I wanted to
actually
talk to
Sorry.
oh yeah.
Okay, before Harvey goes, and we're about to have our guest here soon. Before Harvey goes, Lost Boy, and then Harvey, and then we'll have our guest kick off tonight.
Thank you. I'm not going to take your time. I'm just going to say, two members of the big three have albums coming out. Only one is on the top 10. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Lost boy the family.
Jesus Christ. See agenda. Yeah.
But yeah, let me just get to it.
Yeah.
What's it called? Who was it that was talking earlier? Genio. Yeah. Just so you know, I've been consistent with this whole yarns. I love BBs in the crime. Everyone that was mad about it, I understood their perspective, which is what I spoke on today. However you spin it, it is basically R&B. It's not any special R&B. It is special. I'm probably, and if you noticed or if you paid attention to what I said earlier, I said to use the worst word possible to describe it, generic. So like I didn't go for any average word or good word. It was like the worst word possible based off what people are saying. Do I like About You right now? I kind of like it, to be honest, but like it still falls under that canopy of, you know, generic sort of, because like if you listen to R&B music as much as I do, all the way back to like Case Missing You, like
Okay.
you would understand what I mean. Like it's not far off. It doesn't stray far off from anything that has been done in the R&B world for someone like me. So I understand what you're saying, but it is what I said the last time that we spoke about Rema. He risked his career with He Is and everything, but like it is what it is. He's doing what he's doing now,
Right.
and it's fine.
Right.
Now to speak to what Dante said, it's kind of wild because like Dante and I don't know if he remembers, but we got off the roughest starts, and I don't forget people like
Oh,
the
okay.
roughest.
Wait, Harvey.
But
It looks like this is a diff battle.
no. I'm gonna
Oh
gloss
no,
over it real
I
quick.
actually fucked up. I can't lie. No worry. He knows what he's saying.
Yeah, we got off to the roughest start, but like I'm glad I kept my cool on the day, and I'm glad Chibi was able to reach out. But it is what it is.
Okay.
I don't like. I see that it's not what it was at the end. That's fine.
Okay.
I respect your comment today, and yeah, that's about it. Anyways,
All right.
to the guest.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for the conversation. I think it's a very, very like interesting conversation we can pin right now and come back to. But right now we have our guest. Okay, we have our guest Lasmid from Ghana is in the building. Welcome. What's up, my guy?
Thanks, my bros.
Welcome.
Good evening, first of all.
Good evening,
Good
man.
evening to everybody here.
Yeah, man. I know you caught us in the middle of our family meeting, man. We're just sorting out some issues, you know. Just sorting out some things. But yeah, man, thank you so much for coming up, man. You're our first guest from Ghana, bro. Okay? First guest.
Thank you for having me, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. And fun fact, bro, I lived in Ghana for a bit, bro. Like 2.5 years. like
Oh, nice.
2010, 2012. That Jonathan Mills times, you know. Yo, what's Ghana saying now since then, bro? It's been a minute. What's Ghana like now, bro?
Bro, Ghana is being good. Like, Charlie, you
Oh
know how
yeah,
we do it,
okay,
man.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
you know, you've been seeing posts on social media. Ghana is doing good, you know.
Yeah,
I think you've been seeing some.
yeah. I mean,
So, yeah, Ghana
how's
is doing good.
how is Doomso? Has it reduced or?
Guy, doing some no day here.
Okay, man. All right, man, bro. Thank
For
you
the
for.
people that
Yeah.
don't know what Doomsaw is,
Yes, please.
can you just explain to them?
Okay, Doomsday is
know
the
what Doomsday
equivalent of NEPA, basically. It's just when you have to. But what? But one thing
guy,
that.
our own
Yeah,
good though.
yeah, that's the thing. I was about to say it. At least in Ghana, you get quick notice. At least when I was there, you hear on radio, they'll actually tell you, oh, this certain time we're taking the lights off in this certain area, and then you can actually plan ahead. But in
Ima,
Nigeria,
if you pay for your meter, you get a text message.
okay, listen. I'm talking about when I grew up. I don't know about I don't know about text message today, but I'm just saying comparing when I moved to Ghana as a young teenager, I was blown away by that feature, bro. I didn't even know that one was possible. Anyway, man, enough of the Ghana infrastructure versus Nigeria. Anyway, man, thank you so much for coming up, man. You're a very fascinating artist, bro. I'll just kick off by saying this, bro. We got to know you. Like my first encounter was Friday night, of course. Like the biggest,
Yeah.
the breakout record. But getting prepared for this, hearing about your story, bro. The level of resilience, bro. I have to give you so much credit, bro. I have to give you so much credit
Yes.
because you had a whole, let's say, like a mini career with talent shows, bro. Like you went to the Connect FM, didn't win it there. You now went to Vodafone Icons, didn't win it there. You went back to Connect FM, didn't win it there, and then you now did the MTN Hitmaker in season 8, and you were the winner. I mean, floating all of that as a rapper, as a different talent. Bro, what was giving you all that ginger and that drive at that time, bro? Like, I can't imagine. Yeah, go ahead,
Guy,
man.
me I be one person giving up no be an option for me. So one thing about me, like I just they keep the do 'em.
Yeah,
you
man.
understand? I just they do 'em every time. Nobody feel talk me anything, make it just calm me down. Like yo, stop
Yeah.
waiting they do, bro. I know be one that boy.
I like
So
it, man.
that be one thing. Yeah, it keep me going.
Nice.
You
nice.
understand?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's dope. And then obviously you were grinding, post
Yeah.
Hitmaker. You were dropping some singles until you tap one with Sika. Like that Sika record. Tell me about that moment. As soon as Kwame Eugene jumped on the remix, obviously you had won a national talent show at that point. I mean, you were feeling some kind of buzz. But tell me about that transition from going from like a winner in a talent show, almost at the highest points that you had ever been at that time, to then having like a substantial hit, like a hit that everybody know was going around playing. How did you tell me about that phase in between that? Like, what was going through your mind as soon as you hit that high? Did you go into a low at some point? Were you like second guessing or questioning your talent at some point before you now got the validation with the hit?
Yes. So actually, when I after Hitmaker, things were down. You know, like people were willing to hear more from Lasmid, but I wasn't releasing. I wasn't releasing, so I was actually learning more and more. So it was as if Lasmid is not there again.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So it was as if nobody they listen to Lasmid. But me, then at day house, I did write plenty. You understand? Yeah. So then I did write plenty things where you hear them, you go just be like, yo, the boy passed somewhere. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand. Yeah. So I wrote a lot, bro.
Mad.
I wrote a lot. And then before that, my collaboration with Kwame Eugene on Sika also played my collaboration with the Kwame Eugene thing. I mean, the remix.
Yeah, it was a remix.
It played, it was a remix. So it it played a key role in putting me like in the spotlight.
Yeah.
You know, like people like got to know who Lasmid was. The people that didn't know me before, they got to know who Lasmid was because Kwame Eugene like opened like a great door for me
Yeah, man.
after Hitmaker. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope because after that, man, you responded to the song, bro. You responded with Friday Night.
Guy, make I no respond.
Like, you know, that's hard, bro. That's hard, bro.
You know, Shelly, guy. So yeah. So
Yeah, man.
That's what's up. That's what I did.
Yeah, nice, man. And it's powerful because I feel like in this era we're in with social media, especially like TikTok, I think you're it's fair to say you're one of the biggest winners within like Ghana and Nigeria. Like you've broken out in that ecosystem, and it looks like you're very, very fond of it. You know, like you like the app, like you're very active there. You have an amazing following.
Yeah.
Your very recent drop, like Olivia, it's already doing its madness right now. So tell me about your relationship with TikTok, like and had you always seen it like that app as a tool in order to promote, or has it become a thing where it feels like a chore? It feels like, oh, it's work now. Like I have to go out and make another post today or something. Like, what's your relationship now with the app? Like, are you grateful it happened, and then like has it got to a point where it's like yeah?
I feel like not only TikTok, but the word social media, like it helps, right?
Yeah.
Just like, you know, like Twitter Spaces and everything, you know.
Nice.
The Spaces, the Twitter, you know, we now they call them X. Yes, so the X,
yeah, man.
the Instagram and everything, all those social media, it help.
Nice.
It no be only TikTok, guy.
Nice.
So yeah, my relationship with TikTok is one of one. You know, like I do promote most of my songs there, not only there, but
Gotcha.
that side it help.
So it's part of the equation. It's not like it's a one-stop thing.
Yeah, it's not like
Nice. It's good to see that, man. It's good to see that. And obviously, right now you're set up with Dapper, a Nigerian label, bro. Yeah, man. Tell me about that transition into the Ghana, into the Nigerian space. Like, what's been your overall like reception right now as you've entered into the Nigerian operating markets? Like, what's been your reception of Nigeria so far as an artist?
Bro, you know I love to learn. One thing is I love to learn. I will just keep learning, and giving up is not an option. And Nigerians support who is ready. You know, if you are ready and you are good, they support you. Yes, I've learned that thing about Nigeria, and they are good.
Yeah,
trust me. If they hold you like this, bro, you are gone. Yes,
that's true, man.
Yes,
that's true.
So the reception is crazy, and I love it.
Nice.
It's not everybody that knows me in Nigeria, but the reception is crazy, and I love it.
Nice, man. That's what's up. I know you're speaking of like, even with that, you also have collaborations with Nigerians right now, especially one of the artists on your label, TMO Vibes, man. Like, how's that be able to work with?
That's my bro.
To work with Nigerian artists like that.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Tell me about TMO.
Guy, that guy good though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that guy good. So actually we have more things coming up.
Okay.
You understand?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
TML and we have more things coming up. Like plenty things.
We love it.
We feel to do albums, sir.
Oh yeah? Mad.
Yes, we feel to do album together, sir.
Mad.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love his talent. He's crazy. I love his talent.
Nice, man.
He's good. So dope, yeah.
That's what's up. And speaking of like Ghana Nigeria collaborations, I'm very curious for you, like growing up in Ghana, growing up in Takrady, like what was your first interaction with a Nigerian artist? I'm very curious. Who was your artist, the artist you saw first, and you were like, oh, this guy from Nigeria there is doing this thing, or this lady from Nigeria doing this thing? Who was your first artist that you tapped into from Nigeria?
Ask the question again. The network was bad.
Like your first, like growing up in Ghana, yeah? Like the first artist that was on your radar from Nigeria. You know what I mean? Like
Kizz Daniel.
Now who?
Kizz Daniel.
Kizz Daniel? Interesting. Interesting.
Trust
I
me.
didn't think Kizz Daniel being the first point of like contact with Nigeria. Nice. So you're in that generation, though. I guess like, because one would imagine you probably go far back as like say Two Face or D'banj or maybe even P Square.
Yes, and Two Face, Two Face and D'banj,
Okay. Okay.
they all gave me that thing.
Okay.
You know, like Chubaba, D'banj.
Okay.
But you know, that guy will change sound for me.
Okay.
Like Kizz Daniel, you do understand?
Bro,
Yeah.
this is perfect actually
Sure.
because it makes sense actually the way you said Kizz Daniel
Yes.
like this, because I feel like you're in the archetype of Afro pop stars that really cater to the traditional sounds in some way, like in the composition of your melodies, in the instrumentation, like you don't necessarily want to reinvent the wheel. You don't necessarily want to change it. I feel like Kizz Daniel is that artist too in Nigeria that does that, and it's very it's on the nose as you just talk. Saying like Kizz Daniel is one of the biggest people that impacted your sound, man. It makes so much sense. So much sense, man. That's what's up, man. So yeah, man. I know we have some speakers on stage. I don't know if you guys were open. Well, I have my co-host here, Belema, if she wants to say hi.
Hi, Lasmid. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing amazing. Yourself?
I'm doing good. I actually have a question for you. First of all, like, I wanted to say congrats on so far, how far you've gotten. Like, it's not
Thank you
easy.
so much.
One of the things that you said that stood out for me was you said that the thing with working with Nigerians and trying to break even into the Nigerian audience is that they are ready for people that are ready to work, and I think that's very interesting, and that's something that's very much a Nigerian mentality. Has there been anything that Nigerians have done and you're just like, oh my, this is too much, or it's not that deep?
So, so actually working with Dapper, like he's actually ready to put me on, every platform he
Right.
gets.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. So yes, just like every other label, but he has something different. Like, I feel like he has the energy. Let's just do it. You understand? Yeah. So that
Yeah.
is one thing. Yeah.
Would you say that you want to see more people do the like bridge between like working even closer on that level between Nigerians and Ghanaians for sure?
Bro, Ghanaians are doing it. Nigerians are doing it. I recently did a backup vocals for Black Sherif and Black
Nice.
Sherif featuring Shay Vibes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Wait, you're on the
Yeah,
backup
so
of
we
that
actually
song.
doing it. Yeah,
Yes.
Mad.
yeah.
Love it,
So
love it.
yeah, we already doing it.
Yeah.
We are family, just that
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's kind of some way.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think one more question that I personally had was that I wanted to hear like if you could share the story behind Olivia. That would be awesome.
Wait.
Olivia,
Yeah, the song.
Yes,
Olivia
the
is
song.
that one girl will break my heart some years ago.
True story, Abby.
Yes, nah. I know the lie for my song, guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Olivia is that one girl that broke my heart. I mean, let's say like 2 years. I know even they remember, but I just they remember his name. So I just they remember his name, but I don't even know when this girl break my heart like this.
Right.
It's just a true story, yeah.
I
Oh,
love it.
Charlie.
Olivia messed up. She
Yeah,
messed
man.
up big time.
Guy, Olivia, big time. Olivia messed up big time. Like,
I
Olivia
love it,
messed
man.
up. Love it.
All right.
Okay,
like
I'll
bro,
let everybody. Go
I
ahead.
was actually like messed up my brain. My brain couldn't brain again. Those times, guy. You don't even know. But you see, like
Wait, so
They said
how did you channel all of that? Like how did that work? Like did you already have the song written before the production, or you just knew Olivia is gonna hear about it today?
no. So actually, I was there recently, and I remembered somebody broke my heart,
Gotcha.
and she was Olivia. Yeah. So I had
Gotcha.
to just draw everything. I didn't write. I drew it. So I drew
Mad.
everything down. Yeah.
Mad, 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 mad. That's what's up,
Yeah.
man.
Love it, love
Yeah.
it, love it. Thank you for
It
sharing.
was a memory.
Yeah, we're gonna
Thank you for sharing.
open the floor to any speaker that would like to say hi to Lasmid. Lost Boy, you have your hand up. What's up?
Yeah. Hi everyone. Hi, Lasmid. I haven't tapped into your personal work, but I will after this. But I just wanted to say, like, I seriously loved the Maria song TML. I'm a huge TML fan, and that song was awesome. I think you were also if I don't know if remember correctly, but I think I saw like a clip one time on Glitch Africa. You were there for the live performance, right?
Yeah, I think he did so. I think he did Friday night, no? Or Lasmid, are you there?
No,
Or was he? What song did he do?
I think it was Maria now, the one with Samuel
You know, no,
Banks. Yeah, he
yeah,
performed it.
I'm saying that there was like a live, like
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay,
you
with
know that,
Maria. Gotcha.
yeah, you know that live, like the way Glitch Africa used to do their live performances of songs. So I think like he
Yeah.
was in one with Tiambo, like they did like a live
Oh, okay.
rendition. Yeah, am I like correct? Uh,
Yeah. 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 We did a
yeah,
live session for Maria.
yeah. That session was fire. That session was fire. That session
Oh
was
yeah, I see, I see, I see.
Thanks, my bro. Thanks, my bro.
Yes, man. That's what's
Bro,
up, man.
like we went so hard on it. Like no cap. TML did amazing,
Yeah.
and as usual, Last Minute did his thing. So
Mad man, mad man. Yo, I'm like, cause I've been observing, cause obviously I lived in Ghana for a bit, and I've been observing the conversation in Ghana. I'm very curious from an artist perspective, especially from an artist that is established in Ghana, right? There's a running conversation, and Sarkodie has been the biggest like person that has been saying this, no, about the Ghana media scene, and the lack of, will I say, like highlighting or praising Ghana achievements in the global stage as much. Um, like from your perspective in terms of like the media and how you think coverage over there is done for music and for the achievements of Ghana in general. Do you feel like it's in the right it's in the direction where it should be overall, or you probably see it's in a different direction so far?
um so actually I feel like it's stage by stage, right? You don't just wake up and be everywhere. Sometimes you could just wake up and be everywhere, but when you follow the steps,
Yeah.
you will just be there for long.
Right.
Yeah, so I feel like even if we are not there yet, we are moving.
Yeah, man.
Like you understand? Yeah, Africa. What matters is Africa is going. Yeah, Afrobeat is moving.
Gotcha. I like that.
Yeah, so that's
I like
what
that.
I think.
So, and I like that because the narrative always gets to, oh, Ghana is not doing as good as Nigeria, or this or that. But I love that your mentality is kind of seeing it as just Africa, and it's just the scene, just Afrobeats every time. That sometimes we can blur those lines that divide us. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's nice that you have that perspective, bro. But yeah, we have one more question for you. We have Junior up here. What's up, Junior?
Yeah, hi guys.
Oh, Junior, your
Um,
mic, I beg.
no vex, no vex. Z better.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, my question is like about the record with Bad Boy AML. Like I just want to like, because what fascinated me about the project was how fluent he was with Yoruba.
True,
I
true, true.
was like, okay, if you
No
listen
be
to it,
that song alone, no.
Hey,
to be honest, if you listen to him, you will not know it's like he's a Ghanaian. He's so fluent with it. And I also, do you know how to speak Yoruba like actually, or like how, or like he just incorporated it? Maybe in the studio, somebody just said it to you, like you know how to speak Yoruba.
Yeah, so I I can't speak like fluently, but I can speak it. You know, some words, some one by one words or one or two words. When you just say it, I would understand and speak back.
Yeah.
But some you just say it and it would just be off my ear. Like, yo, what are you saying? What are you telling me? You know? Yeah, so one of my friends, he's actually my manager in Nigeria. Damola is his name. So he's Yoruba. So he would just be like, I'll just go to him, yo, Damola, I need this word. How do we say it? And he would just give it to me. So that is it.
Nice.
Man, shout out
And
to
you know,
you.
like
And
how
yeah,
my melodies, actually, my melodies bring those vibes too, as well.
Nice. Nice.
Right? Do you understand? Like, if I'm trying to bring up a melody, it's actually collaborates with the Yoruba.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro, it's the same way
Yeah, they
for
go with the Yoruba flow.
yeah, it's the same way how like Chewy and some Ghana words enter like the lamba of Nigerian artists. You hear Ohema one day, you hear like Abena,
Yes.
you hear yeah,
Although you would and things,
Odoewu,
yeah.
or they would dancing. It's like yeah, it's the
Mm.
same. It's the same way they flow together, man. Makes sense. Makes sense. That's dope, man. All
Yeah.
right. Are there any other questions on stage for last week? I think
Yes,
Miss wanted
me.
to, yeah.
There is. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Hi, Lasmid. I actually never ask people questions because I'm always shy. But I do love your music, and I'm going to introduce to you with what they call it, Fine Girl. And it's
Nice.
so odd because before this space, I was actually listening to Fine Girl. That's why I was very shocked when I saw his name. But either ways, I wanted to ask because my network has been going in and out, so I don't know if you guys have discussed this. If you have, feel free to ignore.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask, how like did your like your current label like reach out to you? Like what was the story behind that? Like was it an Instagram DM, or was it like did you meet at a party? Like how was that? Like how did the conversation start, and like how long did it take to like get you on board? So yeah,
Great question.
that's the question.
So to answer that question, the word was there. You understand? Like it was actually there even before me my Instagram. You understand? Like it was a link up through manager and manager. Like it was a managerial thing. Like
Gotcha.
my manager was actually doing those stuff with them. You understand? So it was the word was there already before me. I don't know if you understand.
Yep.
Yeah, it was actually there. They were talking about it before me.
Before you enter the conversation. No?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, man. That's what's up, man. That's dope. That's dope. Shout out to your manager, bro. Definitely out here working for sure. Definitely. But
Yeah.
shout out to Mr. Drew. Mr. Drew is in the speaker. Another artist from GH doing things.
From Ghana, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yo, man. But this has been
Shout out
dope,
to
bro.
yourself, Mr. Drew.
Mr. Drew is out here, man. But yeah, man. What next, bro? What can we expect from Lasmid? Any projects? I know you've kind of teased.
Expect fireworks, bro.
That's what's up. I know you kind of teased the TML collab project, so I mean, you should be expecting that. Have you?
Guy, no worry. I don't
Nice.
dey gist you now. See, me, I feel the drop album stuff with TML. No worry, you go come.
Nice, man. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So
appreciate
me
you,
and
man.
TML, we get plenty stuff to do. Yeah,
Nice,
blessings,
man.
my brother.
Nice, man. So we're getting more records this year, like singles by yourself too, I'm sure. After Olivia, at least, because Olivia
I'm
is still
sure an
going.
EP will.
Yeah.
I'm sure an EP will do.
Nice, man. Did anyone else have any other words before we leave Lasmid to go tonight? But yeah, man, this has been good. Because I think Junior, your hand was up.
So
Junior, are you good? Oh, okay. Yinka. It was Yinka, sorry. Yinka, go ahead.
Who would you like put on? What like song would you like put on to anybody who can like listen to your music? What's the first song?
Oh, last minute, did you hear that? I said, what was the song that you put on to people that haven't tapped in? Or should I help with that? Or should I help with
Yeah,
that
go
question?
listen to Zanzibar and Olivia.
Okay, there you have it. There you have it.
Yeah, Zanzibar, Olivia.
And then you throw Fine
Go
Girl in
listen to
there.
Running. Yeah, and Fine Girl, bro.
Yeah, you throw
Go
Fine Girl
listen
in
to
there.
those songs. So yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what's up.
And
man.
before I go,
Yeah.
yeah, Zanzibar is with Balorankin. I featured Balorankin on Zanzibar.
Yes,
If you haven't listened
sir.
yet,
Yeah.
go stream it, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I'll be coming to Nigeria pretty soon.
Nice, man.
So
Nice, man. That's what's up, bro.
yeah,
Looking forward to hearing
maybe
more, man.
25th, 26th. Yeah.
Nice. You'll probably be around for Headies, no? The award show. Should probably be around.
I'll be around.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. Yo, appreciate you, man, Lasmid. This was definitely fun getting to know you. I know many of us have been witnessing from a distance, but it's nice, man, up close to get to know you, bro. And you're such a chill guy, man. Appreciate you coming up.
Blessings, my bro.
Nice, man. Nice.
Blessings, my bro. Blessings.
Beautiful.
Thanks for having me.
Glad, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Lasmid, our guest today, man. Definitely fun getting to know Lasmid, bro. And we have some other topics we're getting to. For anyone that's just joining us, we are ATTW Space. We have been every week, every Monday. Expect us to talk everything possible in the AFROBEATS world. Okay, the recent drops, our reactions to them. We're getting some business professionals as well to share their insights as well. So it's a fun hang. So definitely tap in if you haven't. But yeah, man, we're about to get into Coachella. It happened last night. For anyone that doesn't know what Coachella is, it's pretty much, let's say, one of the most prestigious like festivals many artists hope to be billed for. And we had 3 artists from Africa, I would say. We had Rema, we had Tyla, we had Amaarae from Ghana. Beautiful stuff, man, to see the scene in that level, because typically I think we've only had Burna and Wiz. Has Wiz gone there? Who else has gone before?
Wiz,
Thames,
Thames, of
Wiz,
course, yes.
Thames,
DJ Spino, yes, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got
But
big, right? Not
Amaarae
just platform, because
Yeah.
Amaarae is pretty much the
The
first
first Ghanaian, yeah.
Ghanaian. But I think also it's important to note that Coachella is a 2-weekend event. So everything that happened
we're still in the middle of it, yeah.
Yeah, so everything that happened this weekend will happen again next weekend.
Weekend
So
too, yeah.
as we speak, maybe
Yeah, we should have that in mind.
maybe we should also wonder, like, maybe there will be changes based on weekend 1 that would maybe make things better in weekend 2.
Hello, you're already hinting at the first one, the first topic, Belema.
I think we should not start there, to be honest.
We should not start there?
Let's start with what is good. Let's start with Miss Tyla.
Dante wants to go ahead. He has what to
Let's
say.
start with Miss Tyla.
I didn't watch Tyla, so if someone wants to talk about Tyla, you can check that. I think I watched like the ending of our set, but I didn't.
Okay. Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah, I saw some clips of Tyla, man.
I saw the clips from Tyla's thing, and I would say the energy was there. And I think one of the things that's very important is that as an artist and a performer, it's great when you make your people feel like they're just vibing with you. So she wasn't talking like somebody that was like, I don't even know how, like, she was just very casual the entire thing, and so it brought the crowd into it. She essentially was having full conversations with them. She was carrying them along. It wasn't just straight music. There was like conversations, talking, casual moments, and I think that made it very cute and chill, and the energy was high. The tigers were tigering. The dancing was dancing. Everything was cute. So yeah,
Nice.
that's what I'll say for that part.
Okay, that's what's up.
It's actually crazy you say that because she's actually getting hate. Like people are saying that the like performance is like very lackluster, no energy,
Really?
and she
Yeah.
did like a video backstage of like that what's that
The
lady's name? The one
dance.
with the big butt and
Uncle Waffles.
Uncle
Not
Waffles. She did
Not the
like
please. That's
lady
not
with the
how we're
big butt.
describing. That's not how we're
excuse
describing
me.
Uncle Waffles. So let's
You
not do
describe
that.
people by
That's
their talents. Like that's a talent on its own. But anyways, so she did
hello.
like the dance challenge, and people are like, "Oh, where was this energy on stage?" And then led to like a like
What?
area,
She
area.
was dancing on stage. Are you kidding me? They
Yeah,
can't.
but like they're saying that the energy that she was using on stage is not the same. People now started comparing her to Area. Her fans, Tigers and
Oh,
the
that's foul.
miniskirts
That's foul.
started fighting.
That's foul.
Exactly, like the miniskirts and Tigers. I don't know why they always fight, but yes, they were just fighting. I was like, people should calm down. Anyways, Sha, I just wanted to point that out. Like people were not satisfied with that performance for some strange reason.
Everybody be alright.
I liked it, Sha.
That's
I
foul,
like it.
Already,
man.
the
Also,
miniskirt is
I don't know
finishing.
what is happening with her, like her label and her performances. Like, me, I used to watch Tyla's
So
performances
you,
before. So
so
she's a
just to be clear, sorry, just to be clear, we're saying miniskirt versus tiger.
Yeah. Yeah,
their
Belema.
fans.
They're fans, yeah. Belema, was there a
You
question there?
sabi girls, so
No,
which one is
no, no. There
doing
was
girls, I
no
Oh,
beg?
confusion. There was
oh.
no confusion. I just wanted to point out that she called this thing a miniskirt.
I
I'm
swear,
so
you sabi
sorry,
girls. What do you
Sabi
mean by
girls. I'm also
miniskirt?
a
No,
Sabi girl.
but
I'm so
Sabi boys and
sorry.
girls is long to say, I guess. Sometimes just.
I'm sorry, everybody. Anyways, but like, I've noticed something about her performances lately.
Yeah?
Me, I like Tyler on stage. Like, anyhow you want to give it to me, give it to me. But I noticed something. I don't know if it's a label or if it's her that is consciously doing it. But like, it feels like the songs she's performing, the way she's performing, is now so like pop. Or is it just me? Or is there anybody
As
that
opposed to
actually like
what?
this?
I
I don't
feel like
know.
we've already had
No,
this
before it
conversation
was
though.
like an amapiano thing. I don't know how to explain. Oh, if we had the conversation,
She
it's
has
fine. But
said
like me, I did not hear anything.
no, 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 no. She has said she's genre-less. She don't have
Everybody
one
says
genre.
that, though. But, like, yeah.
Yeah,
She
but
don't
like
have
she's
one.
concentrating on one, so obviously people are going to put her in that box. But yeah,
Yeah, but she is pop inherently, right? Place her anywhere, she would do everything in the line of what's popular in some sense. You know what I mean?
Can I just say that pop music is the Trojan horse of genre, so you can be anything make it
Yeah,
pop.
exactly. That's true.
So yeah.
Yeah.
true.
So I didn't watch
Sorry, I'm
Tyler.
getting feedback
Can you
from
guys?
closer to yours, Mike. Yeah, thank you. So Dante, go ahead.
Is it better now?
Yeah, you're good.
I bet. So I didn't really watch Tyler's performance. I skimmed through it. The people I was out for was Keshi, Junior H. Junior H brought up a Suprema. Sorry, this is Afrobeats. But
Yes.
anyways,
Dante.
yeah. So anyways,
No, go ahead,
fucking
go
hell.
ahead, go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for teasing you,
Yeah,
bro. Go ahead.
no, it's cool. I had less people to watch this Coachella than I usually do.
Same.
Um, so, some because like they haven't dropped the project that was after in a while. I wanted to see Travis Scott, but only because of I wanted to see the production. I
Yeah.
didn't bother to watch Post Malone. I don't even know why.
Yeah, I was a bother for that.
But yeah, I didn't know why. Maybe yeah, whatever, man. So this thing, I watched Amaarae. That was elite. That was cool. And the things Bella was saying about Tyla, kind of, I can say some of it about Amaarae, and it feels like the performer is very comfortable, like on stage, right? She knew what she was doing. And then I think I now have my favorite Amaarae record, which is Tug, and that's because she translated that record so well live. It's like,
Yeah.
bruh, like even us saying that in 2023 she was going through things, and I'm like, bruh, Fountain Baby drop. What do you mean you were going through things? But then
Yeah.
again, yeah, like I'm not the artist, right? And yeah, man, I was just so like happy about to watch it. Like I've taken it back to like watch. She has a commanding presence. The dressing was lit. The
Yeah,
production was
she
lit.
looked ready. She looked ready.
The
Like
the the records she played from her next album, I'm like, I have new things to study. So like, it's just freaking immaculate, you know. So that was me from like I only have good things to say about Amaarae. And then who else? Yeah, there was Rema, but was there anybody before Rema? But no, I don't really think so. So Rema, right?
Yeah.
So I'm only going to say positive things
Wait now.
because wait,
You don't
I know
enter
you
Rema
really want to go
now.
here yet.
Wait.
I know you
We
really
can we
want to go
can
here.
kick off with Rema
And I
from
want
Dante.
to
It's fine.
I want to thank Junior because I came across his tweet that had the bounce. I don't know if you guys have come across the bounce thing or people close to Rema explaining the situation because I had seen a picture of Rema with Shabuzi like earlier in the day and I was like, okay, so this nigga was around, right? And so because he had issue in Edmonton like a day before. So in my head I was already thinking, guy, you have Coachella tomorrow. You know, try to be like, I don't control your schedule, but I'm just being you have Coachella tomorrow, like
Right.
what's going on here. So when it now happened that initially when it started, DJ was playing, like I said, I'm not going to focus on the positive. DJ was playing Afrobeat records. I was geeking out because as much as Rema was running late, but like the whole vibe
The
of
vibe of the DJ.
of the DJ was like sick and people were vibing. There was remixes to certain American records that was even like Afrobeats. I think there was only one that was like a Baby Kim record and it was like lit. And they played Unavailable, played Kesh, played some other Davido records, Burna records, like CK's record, like all these like some of his peers like Ira's Rush went crazy, you know. So I was like, okay, is he just being like, okay, for like half of my set, you guys just play Afrobeats because you're trying to push Afrobeats. That was like what I was thinking, like what's going on.
Yeah.
But then I noticed something. I don't know if they were the sound guys, right? They brought subs on stage mid that session, right? So I was like, the only reason the sound guys are bringing subs is because they are not ready. So from that point on, I started giving them a benefit of the doubt of like, oh, something has to be going on.
Right.
And even coming on stage, I was like, I wish somebody would come and explain to us what exactly went wrong.
Right.
Because I don't think, because even when he came in, it was random. Like it just, and then it was trying to like get into the performance and all, and even his demeanor was kind of like, I don't know, Sha.
Yeah.
I wasn't, it was through his screen. So
Right.
I was just like, okay, I hope to get answers, but then again, it's 2 weekends.
Yeah.
And while Frank might have cancelled his second weekend, Rema did not. So, there's chance for things to get better. But for those who have not checked out the write-up, it basically says that the performer before Rema basically fucked up the sound, like their mic arrangement or something. So they had to start like adjusting things right when Rema was backstage.
Right.
And I also remember that Rema was meant to come after Jesse Murph, but they brought on the fuckers before Rema. But it wasn't the fuckers, more like they just streamed them just to like save time. So I guess maybe people that are watching, because I have the like Coachella schedule up.
Yeah.
And they just brought them random because they were not built for. I think they were built for the same day, but they had been pre-recorded like earlier in like the afternoon. So when I watched that, I was like, okay, obviously like there's delay here, like the time is whatever. So when they finally Rema came in, did whatever I wanted, I was like, okay, what's this set list? Then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna complain because I think there is more to the story.
Yeah.
And I knew I was going to wake up to blogs bashing Rema.
Yeah.
And
Of
immediately I
course.
opened my Chrome. I literally, bro, I've been working like since the AM to like 10 p.m. tonight. I opened my Chrome like in the morning. I was like, bro, what's this? Then later in the day, so I'm like, okay, I knew they were going to go there. I just knew like nobody's going to ask questions that what actually happened. And I hope I've been able to, maybe soften the blow for certain people that wanted to come here and vex about Rema. But yeah.
No, I think you've kind of hinted some details of it. I don't know if Junior wanted to say something, and then we'll have Ginger to give his account as well.
No, let them go on.
You're good. Oh, really? Junior is passing the mic on the Rema topic.
No, it's joyful for all of them to talk so you can help.
So you can, so you can do the defending. I'm sorry, man. All right, Ginger, man, what's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. What's up? How you doing?
We're there, man. We're good. You were up for the Rema set, right? For the Coachella.
Yes, I also saw Tyla's zone. I saw
Nice. Yeah.
Amaarae's zone as well.
Nice. What were your accounts of all of them?
Yeah, so I think that Amaarae is the best. I think the Amaarae zone is the best because of how engaging she was. So the stuff that Belema was talking about engagement, I think Amaarae was the best at it. I think Tyler's projection is not as like great. It was good, but it was not great. But but if you see Amare's stuff, it was on point. And with the way when she was doing sad money,
Yeah.
sad girls love money,
Yeah.
the
The current.
I like the how she was doing the crowd like give back, take back.
Yeah.
How she started with first bragging that that's the biggest Ghanaian song
Yep.
out of the Ghanaian ever, stuff
Facts.
like that.
Facts.
And then goes on to tell them we have to give them a remix, right? You guys know how the remix go. And the crowd responded, and I'm like, okay, I like that. The response and call stuff. It was really engaging. And they were pulling up. They were, in fact, if Ira says she has Sabi gaze, I think Amaarae has the Amaarae gaze or something like that.
Ah.
'Cause there were lots of them in front.
Oh.
There were lots of them in front that they were really engaging her and stuff like
Peter,
that.
can I
Like,
just say
yeah,
she's been very progressive since the onset,
Oh
like
yeah,
from
for sure.
trance to the bass.
For sure.
Everybody,
yeah,
Amaarae is acting on that
yeah,
way. She's been on
yes,
that.
yeah. I'm just saying. I'm not like how that's what me I noticed. I'm talking
Yeah.
about what I noticed really. Yeah, I know that she has been on that whole stuff, but yeah. So there was whole nice engagement from her stuff. So I think hers is like top tier. Dress sense, the car, the Humvee or something that was painted
Yeah.
black star.
Black Star, man.
Like the whole
And some people in the
everything
crowd
like
had like a Ghana flag that had like Amaarae on it.
yeah, it
so
was
lit.
the visual, like she
Yeah.
trying to put Ghana on the map, even with the whole vitro Ghana keeps giving her anyways.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I
she,
know.
she's trying to represent her people, stuff like that. And I like that she's trying to put on for Ghana.
Yeah.
Possibly, maybe because, like you guys said, I think she's the first Ghanaian to probably be on Coachella stage or
Yep.
something. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
She is.
yeah, that's major. And she came through. So,
Yeah, man.
I think I have to give her kudos. Everything was on point. Dressing, hair, everything was. It fits the bill.
Yeah.
That was a perfect outing for Marie. For Tyler, I think that the dance routine is what took the day. Yeah, it was really good. Dance routine was on point. I think that to me, I think that's what gave it like color. Other than that, I think she was basically working on eggshells. Yes, I won't blame her because there's like they said the desert was really hot and stuff like that. So
Yep.
she avoided like okay those some of her songs where she's supposed to hit some high notes. She will use dance and cover it and then sing small stuff like that and whatnot and engage. Yeah, it made sense that she had to do that, and I think the training is working as well. So yeah, so I think she did it. How like she played it safe. That's the word.
Right.
That's the word I would use. Yeah, she played it safe. I wouldn't say it's a bad performance or whatever, and I wouldn't say it's the greatest performance. No, I would just say it's a good performance. Yes,
Gotcha.
basically. And then on to Rema. Yes, we waited. DJ was actually serenading us. Everybody was hoping that Omo. I was liking the whole DJ set. The DJ was
Wait, who
not
was
bad.
the DJ again?
DJ set. I don't know. I think it's the person. I don't know.
I've never seen him before, but
It's
people
Jambi.
say he was
Is the official DJ for Rema's
for
World
the
Tour.
tour.
DJ Jambi. Yeah.
Jambi.
DJ, I
Shout out to
don't.
DJ.
J
Just
U
a
I don't
M
know.
B.
huge nigga with like tattoos, man.
JUM.
I don't.
BEE. Yeah.
Jambi.
I don't know. I
JUMBE.
don't know the DJ, man.
All right. Shout out to him, man. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, but he killed the set. I think that the set was on point. He was killing it. Although some people were expecting him to play Lahore, but he didn't drop Lahore there. That would have been a good one to drop Lahore. But yeah, I think the set was good. And then when Rema came on, you could tell that something was off. It was just not giving the energy that should be given. how will I put it? Even the dressing, I was like, what's happening? He just wore a shirt
Yeah.
and jean, yeah, and stuff like that. I was like, this is unlike this boy, because me, I know him normally. He would have done all his whole gothic stuff and everything. He'd have come with the whole, every. So, and that was not it. So, I just felt something was off. I don't know what was wrong. Nobody said anything, but I think on the night, and it was rushing as well because
Yeah, he had a
they were
short
trying to
time.
skip. Yeah, when the obviously you use 30 minutes
Yeah.
to do DJ set and all. When it's 45 minutes,
45 minutes,
you
yeah.
have to play. Yeah, so even some songs you couldn't do them, stuff like that and whatnot. And I saw where he was trying to like get the crowd going, where he was like urging them to like put your hands up and stuff like that. And I felt like, bro, there's an L coming. I could see it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was hard for me to take though. But I was like, nah, something is off. I don't know what was wrong.
Yeah.
But when I tweeted, somebody reached out to me. Some people from the team reached out to me and they were telling me that, yeah, some things happened backstage that they didn't wanted it to get out to the media and whatnot and stuff. Obviously, I know Rema is very particular about his sound and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
He's complained it. I think he did that on the there was a however there was a festival where he took the
Dreamville.
mic
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
said,
I
"This
think it
is
was
Afrobeat."
Dreamville. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think it was
or something.
Dreamville.
This is
Yeah.
Afrobeat, man. We cannot be having
Issues like
like
this.
sound, whatever stuff like that. Yeah, so I think the boy is always like vocal about his sound. He doesn't want his sound to be messed up
So,
and stuff like that.
are we
So
predicting a statement from him?
yeah, I think basically I heard that they messed his sound up and stuff like that. It
Yeah.
wasn't on point, and I don't know.
Okay.
I think the people who performed prior
Yeah.
or the I don't know
Right.
something just off, and they're not even trying to review some of the things that went wrong
Yeah.
backstage.
Right.
Still, apart
Right.
from sound, some other things went wrong, but they didn't say. Yeah, but
Gotcha.
anyways,
Gotcha. All right.
it was a combination of things, not just the sound. It was
Right.
a combination of things, not just the sound. Because normally, even after the sound was maybe sort of corrected and it could go on, I felt like something should have been given. Like, I mean,
Okay.
keep some energy. So something would have dropped its energy, obviously,
So
on that stage.
I'm
So
I-
yeah.
I'm reading an article that dropped from Variety as well. And they kind of listed. They said a portion of it was according to his label. Rema arrived at the venue 2 hours before set time, and soundcheck had gone smoothly. But 30 minutes before his set began, his in-ears were not fitting, as they were different from the ones from soundcheck, and his mic was not working. Okay, after he got on stage, the technical issues with his in-ears persisted, and the band couldn't hear one another, leaving the backing track to take prominence. Because of this, his rep states the set was cut short. Essentially, in summary, but the article goes in more detail beyond. But yeah, you can see that essentially there was technical issues that were going on that seemed beyond his control because they had changed his in-ears now as he was on stage. But anyway, I know L wanted to.
But also the desert has a curfew too. I wanted to say that it has a curfew, so I think the time thing was also part.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, they had a tight schedule that they had to abide by. So, for sure. L, what's up?
Hey guys.
We still have you with us, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I think I'm the one that said desert in the chat, but I feel like I was mixing it up with South by Southwest. Anyway,
Right.
but Sha was hot. It was Sha hot.
Mhm.
I think it was like record breaking
Temperatures, right?
temperatures. Yes.
That's crazy.
So that's why we just have to forgive Tyler, because you could tell she was like performing behind the beat, like she was stylishly singing off, like just chasing the beat. You
Right.
get what I mean? But you know, she made up with her dancing and whatever. Amaarae, I just love how I just think she's just a great example of how to organically, that's not the word I'm looking for. Stylishly tie up, you know, the promotion or the amplification of your own project to, you know, a high peak moment like Coachella. Black Star, I think, is the title of her new project.
Yep, that's the
She
new era.
turned, yeah, it's a new era. She literally turned, you know, even more alt in her look, in her, I think she's even renamed all her social medias that, and then she turns up to Coachella just to add another layer to the storytelling, to the anticipation of her project.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And I think, sorry, I just wanted to note that because I think it's very important when, you know, taking up these opportunities. Yeah, like tell your story with it. Like, it's not just, and I think that's where, you know, if I'm to use Rema as the, you know how I feel about Rema, guys.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just
we do this to those that we love, so you're good.
Okay, but anyway, it also takes me back to Amaarae's alternate performance last year. I think it was amazing, and she was just it was just an experience. Like, I bought merch. Damn, I don't buy merch.
Okay.
But yeah, like, she deserved my coins. It was just such a good,
nice,
I guess, sensory experience. And I think even though it's so hard to add sensory to events like Coachella without like having a huge budget, she found a way in her own, you know, expressionism through her choice of wardrobe, and then just showing up. Like, no one's gonna, like, if, like, use your brain, you've got to show up, right? Show up in style, and that's what she did. She used every little ounce of opportunity to stamp Black Star in our minds, and I just wish Rema did same. Like, fine, you might not be able to like have all that big set you're gonna have, like what you did at your O2 show, but if you really think about it, where there's a will, there's a way. And I think Amaarae is a perfect example of where there's a will, there's a way. Using your as well as using your catalog to your advantage. Like, fine, he had less time, then just pick 5 songs and keep it moving. You know, like, I know it would have been dampened. Like, it would have damped the whole situation with the inners and whatever else would have dampened the mood. But even his clothes, like, so, like, I think Ginger mentioned, I don't know, it was something was just off. The whole thing was off, and I feel like he's even lucky, in my opinion, that there was an excuse for him, you know, sound wise, because it did fall flat. Like, the whole performance was a bit weird. And no offense to Juma B or Jum B,
the
guy,
DJ?
It's not Obi's house. Can you just? And I'm guessing he was pushing because obviously the circumstances. But
everybody
was actually
on the fly.
It was throwing it off. It was throwing the whole thing off, in my opinion. But that's just me, guys. A faithful raver review. Sorry.
Got you.
She's talking about the hype, Abby. That's what she's talking about. Not the DJ set.
Okay. What's it called? Genio.
Yeah, sorry, just to clarify, the DJ, not the DJ set.
Not DJ set, the hyping around. Gotcha.
Just relax. Let Rema do his thing. If he's gonna fall, he's gonna fall. It's okay.
Got you. Lost Boy, and then we'll close with Genio on the Coachella.
Okay. I didn't watch the set, so I might not really have information or comment about the set per se. I'm just a bit, I don't know. I just feel like the Variety article was like harsh.
I feel
Very harsh.
Very harsh. Yeah.
So the article is not like is not the problem, right? Is the headline.
The headline, all right? I mean, but that's
like,
the point.
So, like, the headline just screams disastrous performance by Rema, right? Then you be like, wow, Rema just went to do nonsense. Then you enter the article and you now actually see like them actually like saying, oh, it was caused by this.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, but like, if that's
welcome to media. that's
like,
how it's
if
going.
that's basically the I know that media and sensationalizing.
Yeah, that's sensationalizing.
English.
No, you're right. You're there.
Yes. So, the issue, like, okay, probably just because I'm Nigerian and I'm African, probably like I was in the editorial room. I just say, write it there, Coachella and terrible sound. Like, why do you have to, like, so the way it looked, like, it looked like they just took Rema out as the scapegoat for the headline to push, quote unquote, the headline, when it's actually like Coachella having, like, or if they just said disaster at Coachella. Do you understand? Do you understand? Like,
to play devil's
target the
advocate,
people.
to play,
Target the people.
to play
Like,
devil's advocate, not a lot of people had the same issues like Rema, right? I mean, Rema's
so,
issues
but like,
very unique.
but
So
after, so that's the problem. Like, after Rema, even the next act did not come out until like 30 to 40 minutes, and they now finally fixed the sound. Do you understand?
wait, the next act didn't go on for 30 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, all right then. I take that
So
back.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the wrote it there.
They wrote that was like it is in the article.
It's in the
like,
article
that
too, right?
after Rema left, they did still fix the sound until like 30 to 40 minutes. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So like it's like that's what I'm saying. Like the article, like once you see the headline, you see Rema, but once you actually now read the article, you now be like, what the hell was Coachella actually doing? Do you understand? So like the headline and the article in itself is like two opposites.
Right.
Do you get?
Yeah, it's
So,
just the context, right?
today is not a good day for the Ravers. We live to fight another day. That's all I can say.
All right.
Thank you.
Junior, please close the Coachella topic for us. If there's anything else.
Yeah, but I mean, I waited till 2 a.m. to 40 a.m. to see Rema, and with the delay like around 3, then Variety put out that crazy press release by 4.
Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah. Like almost like 30 minutes after Rema said they put out that shit. Like it was,
That was
weird
quick.
to me.
That was quick.
Very quick. But so what I'm good to say, I think you read the whole thing that happened and with his inners and the DJ trying to try to like salvage the whole issue by tuning the volume all the way up. And it was just weird. And for people that said maybe Rema was the only one, Megan Thee Stallion also had issues with the sound. So I was even crazy because the thing tripped off when she was performing, like nothing. She had to like scream at the people, like, come fix this fucking mic. So, but Rema was like, I don't know, maybe because I felt like they picked on him, to be honest. Because, like, why was he targeted?
Oh, you think he was targeted?
That was how I feel, because Baseman Jax had this. And
sorry, Junior, your audio is.
Sorry.
There's something buzzing in the back.
Man, is it better?
Just go ahead.
It's fine.
Just go ahead. Fine.
Sorry. So yeah, I think Meg also performed before Rema. I'm like, okay, even you use Meg as your headline, but I haven't gotten better engagement than this. Imagine it was Megan Thee Stallion's disastrous Coachella set instead of Rema. So man, it was just weird, to be honest. And the thing about his fit, I didn't see anything wrong with the fit. And it's not even because of a fan. I just don't know. I don't see anything wrong with that fit. Like,
really?
The people that I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay.
Like,
you don't need to emphasize it.
Yeah, maybe because I'm used to Rema.
Yeah, I think it's the standard he set.
Mm-hmm.
With his
so
fit.
Because because now he just came out playing nothing too extra. And to be honest, if you've been waiting to perform for like 20-30 minutes, I don't think you will be motivated to go and wear anything again to kind of come on. So he just ran through the whole set. I feel like he should have just picked like 5 songs, like Elle said. Right. He didn't need to perform DND anymore. He didn't need to perform the Soweto remix, all those, like, just pick your calm down, pick your two new, is it a crime and about you, and you already entered it as a man. That intro was so mad.
Yeah, the
I
intro
was
was
just
crazy.
shouting. The intro was crazy. So then from there, I thought I was kind of out of breath, like requesting for water. I'm like, no, this one is not only
Drank water twice,
sound. To be
twice,
honest,
twice.
see that midnight part. Let me just tell you how my mind was. That midnight, the OGC was like, "Where is Rema?" Da 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 da. I'm like, bro, me, I'm worried about this guy performed at Edmonton. Is he actually okay, like safe? But this guy came out and started requesting for water. I'm like, guy, I don't understand what is going on. Like health wise, that was where my own head was. You feel me? Because even now finding out that he was actually at Coachella like 2 hours ago, like 2 hours before he set, like, bro, why are you out of breath? You had all the time in the world. You feel me? So it's bringing another kind of angle to me, like, is he actually good health wise? So, and yeah, he couldn't have cancelled because someone was talking about maybe him. I don't think he, he even has the leverage to cancel because he has to like do something crazy next week. And I hope it goes well because he's performing at that Mojave or more distant place, this stage again. And I kind of did my digging on that stage. It's not the first time that that Mojave stage has been having sound issues in like Coachella. People fans have already talked about that. I think I shared it in the tweet I shared up there. Like people have been talking about the conversation about that stage for the past 2 years, having like sound issues and that. So I'm like, bro, if he's performing there again, I hope I'm not getting I hope I'm not getting this thing again. No. So that's the only thing that's like worrying me. So, but no doubt, I hope they are like well prepared for the next one. And yeah, variety asshole. So yeah.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Thank you so much to everyone on that. Sorry, I might have to switch up my setup a little bit. I just got
Yeah.
some surprise difficulties. But yes, man, we have Belema, you want to introduce the burner situation,
Yeah,
please? While I fix this.
yeah. I was gonna say, and that's that on Coachella. Shout out to Coachella. Coachella is we go again next weekend, I guess. We see what changes, what does not change, all of that. But Burna Boy, sorry, I had to think about it because this discussion. Burna Boy made a comment, a series of posts talking about the rates that people are offered when their music is streamed in Nigeria versus when it's streamed in Europe or when it's streamed in America. And like all times when Bonner mentioned this, there were comments that were made, comments about how he's fishing for attention, about how it's very much because he has an album that's coming out. Um, but I think my big question here is that although we can all agree that Bonner didn't necessarily lie, the question becomes did he have to say it, or is it the way he said it? Like, I guess this is the crux of the matter. So I'll start with Dante. Dante, you can go ahead and speak.
Um, I don't know if my issues should he have. I think the only reason why this is an issue is because he's the one that said it, right? And which this is not a POV I have of him, but it's a POV a lot of people have, which is they believe he's being condescending or is setting. I don't know, but because like he said, it's not like he was lying. It's just that like he kind of said it in a way that shits on the people down here, like the people in this country, people who support the music, the traffic needed to gather the external funding, right? So that's where the problem is. Like, these people can say whatever they want, but I think what my own issue is with this kind of music industry, music business conversations on the TL is when the fans or the audience that don't really understand the nuances of the situation um now take just that just that umbrella context and apply it to every single thing. I think that's when I start to like feel like okay, that's not entirely what it is. The reason why we earn less is because we pay less. Well, I think one Nigerian stream is like, sorry, Nigerian streams is like 4 Canadian streams or something. And what they pay for Spotify is not what we pay for Spotify. Even the way our music consumption works is not even like well documented, can you guys hear me? Well documented, well
Yeah, we can hear you.
tracked, right? Because I was listening to one of Shikaya's podcasts the other day, and similar to this space, like these are two platforms I feel like are very culture oriented because these are conversations being had by people that care, right? They said something about like the way like Jerick is selling out stadiums, right, in the East. Let's say 2K capacity or whatever, 20K capacity rather. So people actively playing to see this man, but his motion doesn't necessarily reflect on the charts that we base the entire country on, which is fair. Like even maybe American industry have niche artists that are stadium selling, but at that level with our country, to me, it doesn't make sense. So when I start looking at all those things, I'm like, okay, Burna said what he said, but the problem is always going to be how the audience perceive it, not the artist, not the music listeners. I believe Gracie May made a tweet or a thread the other day about organic and how like it's actually companies having making very calculated move and calculated music so that you can tailor to your taste and all these things. Like people have actually gone to look for the audience for this music and then they market to that audience. And the thing is that as much as I agree with that, I feel like when it gets past the music guys and it goes to the audience who don't want to learn or who don't care, what happens is they start to doubt every single effort that any new guy makes. So it's gonna be like somebody's having crazy motion and you're gonna be like, oh, can I trust myself to listen to this? Is this like payola? Is this, because organic is not organic, So that's where I have issue with this conversation. And I just wanted to use those two examples, which is by the time you pass the music niggas, right, the audience, going forward. Like I think they're even joking about it already. Somebody said, I think Joe Boy posted like something about him betting, and somebody said, "Oh, not just $300 or something." I'm like, yeah, it's funny now, but there are people who actually are going to take these things to like a more serious level, and you won't be able to have like a factual, coherent conversation with them. So that's my own problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Junior, go ahead.
Yeah, I think where my opinion is about Ghana is he says a lot of things that I feel like Ronaldo doesn't really. Maybe it's the way he talks. But me, I don't really think for people because, bro, it's about what you wrote on the posts. Like $1 is this, Nigerian audience is not this, will not fill stadiums for you. And I'm like, okay, bro. To me, you're just speaking from a position of privilege, to be honest. Because there's this illusion of Burner versus Nigerians. Nigerians have never been against Burner. Like, to be honest, Nigerians have always like loved him. He's been making music for us like way back. We've always carried him, even if it's like not to like the whiskey level, because you cannot compare. He was that underrated guy, but it was not like he was hated by Nigerians. It's like a Benson now. Now maybe getting to like that kind of status and now saying, oh, Nigerians did not do this. Bro, come on. You were still mainstream even before you were actually mainstream, right? So I don't get that that conversation where people say, "Oh, Burna Nigerians, they know." Bro, let's just get that narrative in 2025, please. So, and him,
I have a sorry. Sorry, I have a question, and I just realized that like I'm echoing because of your mic. Just pause 1 second. You can mute it 1 second. And my question is going to be very interesting. Is the problem that Bonner said it, or is the problem that Bonner is lying? Because technically, the conversation is not him saying Nigerians did not support him. The conversation is also not him saying Nigerians don't support artists. He's just saying if you want to make money, the value that you make from Nigerian
yeah,
is
I'm
not as
driving
much
towards
as
that.
what yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, to me, what the artist is referring to be a coming artist, right? Even even if they're not like on his level, they have to be a coming artist now. Saying things like number ones on the charts are not worth celebrating. Um, number ones on the charts are not worth celebrating, and the money and this and that. I'm like, bro, I think I said this thing before. Kumi, Fola, them, your Fidos. Do you think these guys have been striving hard for like how many years now? Will get a number one on the Nigerian music chart and would not want to celebrate that, bro. You were
I
there
think there's
posting. Hmm?
sorry, I think there's value in celebrating in every point. But he's saying that the money you are making there is not the real money.
That's the thing.
As
It's not
far
sometimes everything is not
as
about
far
money.
there's money in front. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
And that's the thing. This guy is trying to like propel these guys to the level that they are not yet, right? They're stepping stones to things. You can't just come up and just start dominating the UK and the other territories without like a certain stronghold. If you want to be actually like if you want to have longevity, you cannot just it's like sorry, oh god, I'm going to do CK. CK had a big break with his love Matiti and Emiliana, right? Since then, nothing really, right? But there's these things Nigerians have to propel you. Once you dominate locals, then you have your big bags up out there. It's fine, but you cannot diss the local audience just because they're not raking in money for you like you want to, right? Now, if they're not what they're not giving you in terms of monetary value, they are giving you in terms of virality. There's a reason why the streamers are coming to Nigeria, having the celebrities come to Nigeria. It's not because they cannot make money abroad or anywhere. Nigeria is not special. But we have that virality. We have that thing where we focus. I think Lasmid was saying that same thing on the space. If Nigerians carry your matter for it, they don't go. Sure you get. And that's something money can't buy. And him sorry, let me just round up. Him saying all those things in terms of that's I'm referring it to upcoming artists, right? This guy is somebody that has posted an Apple Music number one before. If you are going to interpret into him saying just financial, no wala. I'm going to pick his words one by one. I don't interpret things for people. What you posted was number one on Apple Music is not worth celebrating. It's worth celebrating because he himself has celebrated the number one before during his whole last push with David. Right? That's hypocrisy. And you as an upcoming actor, you just celebrate your wins. But even I don't think as an upcoming artist, what you're thinking of at the top of your head is how much money you need to. These things you posted are not news. As an artist or even upcoming, you know how much you're making per territory. It does not limit you from posting because you have the exposure, right? And that's why I used Komi, them, and Fola now. You think Fola is thinking about the 300? Bro, he's saying now I'm number two in night. I'm number this. I know since when Fola don't take grade since. Yeah? Now that he's not getting exposure, one OG is telling him that should not post because he's $300 they are giving. It makes zero sense. He's going to reach that stage, yeah. But bro, calm down first. It's because you are on
Okay,
at that stage of privilege. That's why you're able to say this bullshit. So yeah.
okay. Thank you, Junior. Sorry, so I don't echo. You can mute your mic. Yeah, interesting. I guess so. The conversation you're trying to have is that motivation past motivation. So don't motivate people to where they are not. I think it's fair to say they should celebrate being number one in Nigeria. But he's saying that if you're looking for more money, the more money is in front. And I think what Dante said earlier is just the fact. The problem is not what he said. The problem is who said it. Because if somebody came here and said that you are making XYZ amount of this thing, you should come and make more. And this is where you will make more. It wouldn't be such a big deal. I think
But it's not
what
news.
you've hold on. What you've said about like virality and the importance of the Nigerian audience is valid. I think the Nigerian audience is definitely the most important audience for them. I don't think that's discounted. I think they're playing different parts. So you need the Nigerian audience, but if you want more money, I guess you also need the international audience as well. But Gingerbread, go ahead. Gingerbread has been disagreeing with everything I've said since the beginning. So please go ahead.
I've been disagreeing because it's not about who the messenger is or not the messenger. The messenger has always been condescending in how he drops his message. First
So
off,
once again, it's the messenger.
two, two. Wait, wait, wait. The message itself is a stale gist. Everybody freaking knows that Nigeria and our economy and everything is shit. So there was no way on earth our earnings as regards or streaming earnings that comes from Nigeria is going to be higher than a France or a UK or a Switzerland or an America. We know that for sure. I don't think even a child that is born tomorrow. We know that Naira is way below all of these currencies. Is way obvious. So I
so
don't think it's a new
so
thing. No, one, that's one. Two, it is not even that one not even concern me. The part where he said, dear artists, don't let Twitter polls and Niger, he now put the quotes, Niger social media fans deceive you. They won't fill up any stadium for you in any part of the world. Yes, they won't fill up any stadium for you in any part of the world. Abby, Nigerian fans, they're not going to be there and they're not going to be in France. Abby, but they're going to be the one to be shouting you from here that those French people will see you to now say they want to buy your ticket and say they're interested in buying your ticket. That's how you know. So if you're not being condescending to your to this, like for the longest, you've only been the one that talks down on Nigerian audience. There is no, killing. You've always undervalued Nigerian audience, especially in your Afrobeats to the world rise when you became the guy at the apex. Because when you were not the guy at the apex, you didn't have all this stake. But when you now became the guy at the apex, all of these stakes are spawning around and spawning up consistently. And even when you have the biggest media camera on your face, you still go and do what? Shit on the Nigerian audience. It's easy peasy to shit on the Nigerian audience. Because waiting, no fit do anything. Because you dey collect waiting, top dollar out there. So you feel like you could just say and get and just move on and just let everybody just take it and say, oh yeah, okay. No, people are going to push back, sort of, because yeah, the people that you constantly think that you shit on, these people still not just streaming. When you were doing the CDs, they bought the CDs. When you transitioned into streaming, they started streaming. They started pushing, they started engaging, they started creating the whole fanfare. It's the same people. It's not like they were different of any kind or whatever. The same people who still were watching you on MTV based consistently, on Trace TV, on South City, and all of this stuff. That's why it bugs me out with the whole narrative that they pushed all through that he's been the most hated, he's been the most cynical, and I'm like, where, and where? Because a lot of people, if you ask anybody who has worked in the Nigerian traditional media, they will tell you where and where. They played his music everywhere. I don't think there's anywhere, maybe outside of maybe Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Abuja, maybe somebody else can spring up and tell us something that I don't know. But in this Lagos,
Okay.
that I've spent all of my years, I could tell you for a fact that he's not the guy that wasn't played on radio. He was
So
played on radio
so so
consistently.
once again, I want us to, and this is where I'm having a bit of an issue, right? Uh, we say it's not the messenger, but everything you have said has proven that it is the messenger. You say the gist is stale, and everybody already knows that. So it's almost like he's repeating himself. But I think like where I'm a little lost and where I don't want us to go is we should just focus on what he said now, right? I think the automatic direction that everybody goes to is Bonner has held this assumption that people do not rep him, people do not F with him, people do not play his music. But the reality is that's not even what he was talking about here. And I think it's important that we differentiate that. So this is not a conversation of Bonner was never supported in Nigerian industry. That one is Burna Boy's business. That's not our problem here. The question was specifically about what he said, right? And I think if you say it is not new information, that's also fair too. But I think that
What
like I'm looking forward to somebody that can actually say something that proves that the problem is not the messenger, because everybody that's speaking to this
Wait, see,
is
see. Let,
boiling
let me
back
just
to the
let me just
same
say
issue
something.
that Bonner
Wait,
is
let me
the
just say something.
problem.
When you say stuff like you shouldn't celebrate being number one in Nigeria, like what are you pointing at? They
He's
shouldn't
basically
celebrate.
saying he's basically saying there's more out there. I disagree. I personally disagree with him. I think you should celebrate it.
Why
But
would you celebrate your small wins? Why
okay,
wouldn't you
so
celebrate it?
but you know there are people that don't believe that, right?
I know, but you shouldn't project that onto people. You should allow them celebrate what they consider as their own wins. Black Bones and all of it they are posting their number one on Apple. On Apple, it is their small wins. They should be allowed to do that. In fact, it is what's it called? It is the staple here on social media and everything that says, "Oh, allow people to be able to celebrate their wins. Allow people to be able to do that." This thing. Why are we now trying to switch or change all this? It
I
is
don't think we should stop. I think everybody should
so
actually
so
celebrate their wins.
exactly. So if your win is that you top Spotify or Apple Music chart, celebrate that shit, bro. Because you never know. Sure say you go hit that height when you start GOP, but you don't hit the height. At least celebrate now. So it's the level you are, and when your level rises, you celebrate that one as well. It takes his ladder. He too didn't get here overnight. He's been in the game for over 10 years. So he didn't get to this level overnight. He didn't get this sudden premonition or sudden what's it called, sudden knowledge overnight. No, he didn't. So let them celebrate what they consider as a win. That doesn't have anything to do with you.
Well
Because
said.
maybe you feel because you're not number one on the list, you are not feeling some type of way or something that they shouldn't celebrate because you don't consider it as a big deal.
Well
That's
said.
for you, but don't project it on the artist that is Joeleba that has been dreaming that one day I go do Spotify chart or I go do Apple Music chart number one, and it gets to number one, and you want to tell him not to celebrate. If I see my face on South City TV and I'm number one that year, everybody they craze. If you see say South City chart, now your video they play as number one song. Now you go the craze that year. That year, not to talk of now, you say streaming platform can be major thing. Come on, no, you shouldn't do that, I beg. It's it's condescending to
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Ginger.
guys. Ginger, thank you so much. Sorry, guys.
Welcome.
My situation here is just crazy. My camera rather, decided to be active. So for anyone that is probably hell bent on visuals, don't expect anything. Unfortunately,
I'm sorry.
from this point of the space.
Of
But
the
yeah, man. Conversation is good. I don't know if everybody has had a chance
Not everybody.
to
Yinka
speak
needed
yet.
to. Yinka wanted to say
Okay.
something. Yinka, please go ahead.
Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
what's good, everybody? I hope everybody's good.
Yes,
I
sir.
want to start with I'm a musician, right? I'm in the creative scene and I like music. I'm not doing music because I need money or because I want to get money. I'm doing music because I feel like my what I'm doing needs to be heard. Can you give me like 5 minutes, please?
Okay.
Oh yeah, your charger. I'll come.
Mm.
All right. Probably giving
We've
Kazim.
lost Nita.
No,
I'm
no,
still,
you
I'm
just
still.
need to step out. You're good now?
Yeah,
All
thanks,
right.
man.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, as I was saying, right? I don't feel like music is for me, Sha. It's not something that I need to make money from. It's not anything crazy. I just want to be heard, and I want my story to be told. Right? It's not all about money. Like, like when I saw that post, I was just like, bro, like, what is this? Like, regardless of any, and the timing also matters. The timing did not make any sense. You said, oh, the time, like Emmanuel said something earlier today about like the charts. 5 people on the charts today, they've never been in the charts before in their life. It's crazy. If I'm hearing that, oh, I'm in the charts, I'm running mad. There's one guy, his name is Marvel. He's an upcoming musician. I saw him on top 10 Apple Music. I've seen that guy hasn't gone to top 100 before till then, and he got to top 10. I was crazy for him because like I've seen his growth. It makes no sense when the biggest person in the game is saying, "Oh, you shouldn't celebrate that," and also you should just be thinking about the money. How about now? Like if you want to see that kind of message, say that to a particular person and not yap on your Instagram where everybody can see you. You're the biggest in the game. No cap. You're the biggest in the game, and you're acting like as if it's just off. And also, it came after 2 days after the Twitter poll with him and Olamide.
Oh,
Olamide dusted him in
thank
the
you,
polls
Yinka.
apparently.
Yinka, I was going to add this context. I don't know if we had addressed it, but please go ahead.
Yeah, Olamide dusted him in the polls apparently, and now the guy is yapping now. It doesn't make any sense at all. Me, one day I hope to be up there with the biggest artist, hopefully by God's grace. But I'm not going to be my message is not going to be on music. It's not going to be on money. Sorry, it's not going to be on. I'm desperate for money, and that's the only thing that I'm here to give. Like, makes no sense, man. That's what me I think, Sha, because that's the biggest one. That's the biggest player in the game, and he's acting like that. It makes no sense, man. That's what me I think, Sha.
Yo, real quick. Thank you so much, Yinka, for even preferencing the context part, because I've been waiting to even like share this on the space. Like, actually, my first knee-jerk reaction to seeing this post was, oh yeah, probably the normal Cause a Riot album coming out soon type of situation. But since finding out the context, since finding out the trigger point, I think this is not the case there. I don't even think this is even a case of Burna Boy trying to like get in the news or headlines. He's seeing things like the Twitter polls, for instance, right? Twitter polls. Shout out to Kuzman, quality content. Probably just having a decent day, just polling and just engagement basically with their fans on a normal regular thing we see on Twitter. But to see an artist react to, at the end of the day, grand scheme of things, it's a measly poll. It's inconsequential to his career. It's not a case where it's like they had a small font on the Coachella where he needed to lash out. That was justified. Or if they had any other situation, say with the Grammys where he didn't win and people were now laughing at him, at least his response there, that was justified. There were many reasons that there've been many situations where you can justify Burna's like outburst or his fragility. And for me, seeing this type of reaction to a measly poll, at the end of the day, it doesn't say much. This poll doesn't say much in the grand scheme of things. For him to have this level of reaction, he just exposed how fragile he is. How fragile is his ego is, and how easily it can be bruised. Because bro, you're at the top of the totem pole. Like, not a lot of artists can talk to Burna. Not a lot of people can touch or be in the same room with the level of achievement he has done for Nigeria, for African music in general. And for you to now lash out just because you were triggered behind one poll that said Olamide had more fans on this particular fan page more than you, that means, polls on Twitter are not the people that are filling up stadiums for you, or they're not giving you the most bread. Granted, those things can be true, but look at what is triggering you or getting you to go to that point, to say these things about a home market, a local market that you benefited from, so many artists are benefiting from today, and to just spit on it as if it's inconsequential to people's careers, that they shouldn't celebrate them. The depth of like ill and just vitriol in the sense that he has accomplished so much to the point that he doesn't care about the space anymore. Like he doesn't care to pour positivity into the space. And I don't want to hear anything from the fans where they're hiding behind the quote of, it's true, Spotify pays more for listeners in Nigeria, in America than in Nigeria. No shit. Like, everyone is feeling it, bro. No, as YouTubers too, as someone that's posting on content on YouTube, bro. Most of my viewers are Nigerians, and there is no incentive overall to focus your market on Nigeria. If it was just about the money, if you are getting to this about the money, many people, content creators or everything, there's so many reasons why nobody will focus or even feed the Nigerian consumer anymore. It's insane for him to now be in that position, be at that height, and now emphasize on that rhetoric of not feeding a consumer base that is so important to his career, it's so important to so many people. It's so harsh that this is probably one of these outbursts that have not been found up. And for people to try and rationalize and defend this, but what he's saying is true, doesn't change the fucking fact that you're spitting on a whole market. You're spitting on a whole ecosystem. So many young acts are coming out to win, and don't give me that bullshit that he wasn't speaking to those artists. He started this phrase with their artists. Who the fuck else is listening to him? Who else will listen to him if it's not artists that are grinding and looking up to him? It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't, to be in that position and to shit on the scene like that. And people are still trying to give him some defense in this matter. It's like, come on. There's no justification, even though it's true that he's anymore elsewhere. Even though it's true that there are more foreigners in the stadiums than there are Nigerians. Even though those things can be true, why are you speaking ill on that scene, on that audience, and leaving a bad taste in their mouth? Like, it's crazy. Anyway, I don't want to take up the entire conversation because I know we've spent a decent amount of it, but I just need to let it out. Like, the gravity of what he's saying. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't even know it. He's just counting numbers. Since when are we counting numbers and putting it on? Bro, it was so petty of a reaction. We have to admit that. We have to admit that this guy is very fragile. We have to admit it. We can't dance around that fact. Like, come on, it was a Kuzman poll, and that's even ties back to his entire rhetoric with Nigerians, taking a subset of stands and people that don't necessarily matter in the grand scheme of things, and then blowing up and brushing every Nigerian in that brush and that market. And him taking it to this point where he's saying the entire thing is not worth celebrating if you win in that market. That's the biggest thing. That's one of the biggest things he has had so far. And I'm sure he's going to make another one. I'm very sure. Anyway, man, let's move on.
And do you know, Ima, and do you know the craziest thing is that he thinks that his Insta story is only left. It's not Nigerians alone that is viewing those things. The celebrities out there, everybody in America, in the world, they are viewing those things. How are they viewing us? How are they seeing us? How are you portraying us? Anyway, it doesn't make sense. Anyway. It doesn't make us look good.
All right, guys. Please. I know. Are they gone? Are they speakers before? Are they?
Actually, where is it? Harvey is meant to go next.
Okay.
Damn, I ain't never seen you mad like this, Ima. That's crazy.
Manuel
Oh,
went
you're
off.
probably new.
It is sorry.
I'm joking.
Yeah, Ima was basically like that came home angry from work, and all the kids just kept quiet listening to him rant for the first time in 12 years.
I said sorry. Oh.
Hello.
I was like, yeah,
What takes me off the most is people's response to it. It's people that are trying to defend it. How can you defend
I,
this?
I say this: Nigerians and Burna are a match made in heaven. Like honestly, like 1,000%. Like everything you guys are saying, 100%. However, this is my take. You know the saying, two truths can exist. In this case, I'm saying one truth and a quarter truth can exist. Burna is petty enough and sensitive and fragile enough to face a subset of Nigerians that are always getting on his nerves. But the unfortunate part of this whole thing is it's a double-edged sword. While you're facing this or these handful of Nigerians with your pettiness that honestly I get it sometimes, and then you're burning a shit ton of like millions of people working their asses off to do something with their lives. Like you're burning somewhere around 100 million people just so that you can stick it to somewhere around 200,000 people. Like it's crazy. So like one truth and a quarter truth, essentially. He does have a point. He's not lying, no cap, okay. But like, what is the consequence of you deciding to tell the truth this time? My short stay in life, I've learned that it's not always about telling the truth. Because if it was about that, then laws would have been the same since the beginning of time. Laws have been changing every 10 years, every 5 years. They keep adjusting and remolding and bringing up new laws. That's to say that the truth is somewhat relative with the times. As the times change, the truth changes. In this very moment, this is what you call the truth, but what is the effect of it? So honestly, yeah, he's sticking it to the people, but like he's burning even more people by doing that. Unfortunately, like it's kind of creepy, man. And he's dead ass sensitive, man. Like no one can tell me shit. I get the same vibes from another person in the industry, but we'll soon speak on it one day. But it's okay.
Sorry, you know what's funny is that as you were talking, the first thing that came to my mind is when Nicki Minaj is in that video, in that interview, and they're talking, and everybody in the crowd is looking at her, and then she immediately starts screaming, "Did I lie?" And then I'm like, he didn't lie. He didn't lie. I think it's a very jaded way to look at things, but he didn't lie.
Yeah,
And
yeah, he's got a point. Like I hear him, and the reason why I said it's a match made in heaven is because there's genuinely a shit ton of Nigerians. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, not a shit ton, but like if you look at them in isolation, 200,000 people is a shit ton of people. But in the grand scheme of things, there's like 200,000 out of 140 million, 200 million. It's like 1%, right? But like, yes, back to the 200,000. There's 200,000 people out there who genuinely believe that Burna is feeding off our streams. Like Nigerians overrate themselves, if you know what I mean. Like they say shit like if we pull our money from the UK or Europe or the Americas, North America, they will lose money. Like shut the fuck up. You're not China. Like you're not contributing shit. Like there's people who are genuinely that delusional. But in the grand scheme of things, how many are they? That's what double-edged sword. Like and for someone who's as fragile as it is, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that ties into his bit about they're not the ones that are gonna fill the stadiums. But I think like in his context, obviously the people filling the stadiums abroad are still the same Nigerians, but the ones abroad, he's referring to the Nigerians in Nigeria. But I think it's very interesting because all of this, when you say he matches Nigerians and we think highly of ourselves and he thinks highly of himself, so it's a clash made in heaven. I think it's very interesting because when push comes to shove, the reality of things is that everybody wants to act like the problem is not the messenger, but the problem is the messenger. And I think that's my only pushback to everybody's opinion is that I wish that people would stop making it seem like
it's not a Burna problem. Oh, he didn't lie, but he's proud, he has an ego, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. So the reality is that your problem is also with the messenger. And I just want people to be honest about that. There's nothing wrong with thinking
I mean,
Burna is the
Delama,
problem.
at this point, you call me Bob the Builder because I've built another fence to sit on. But I don't think I agree with.
We're not
All right,
doing
guys. All right,
fancy
guys.
here
Let's
with
let's
you.
let's open it up because I think we have
Sorry,
another topic.
before you go on,
Yeah.
like I honestly, genuinely do not believe that it's just the messenger because when he came up with the African giant thing, yes, there were people that said, "Oh yeah, get your name in cap. You don't deserve the caps lock thing," but like there was people that backed him. There are times when we back him, but like delivery right now is just the worst. It's not just the messenger. Like it's literally a bunch of truths existing. Some people are mad at the messenger. Some people are actually mad at the message. Some people are mad at the delivery. I'm trying to like all I'm saying is there's multiple truths in this conversation. So that's how I feel.
All right. Yeah. Let's try and get some speakers as much as we can before we move on, because I know some people wanted to share their thoughts on this topic. I don't know who hasn't gone on stage yet, but if you have, please.
This is what's
please,
to you.
please, you can decline your mic for now if you have shared, because I just need to get some people on stage. Thank you.
Diola, you can go ahead.
Oh, hi. I agree with Belema is the speaker. We all agree. But like I think the major thing for me is not even about the speaker. It's just like the conversation is so reductive. Nigerian crowd and the abroad crowd for instance, we're already too focused on numbers. Like people like a song will come out, everybody's like, oh, but it won't do well though. Like shut up and listen to the music. Like people are already not concentrating on music. Like fans are already fighting about numbers. Fans are already fighting about the Lamborghini that you have in your park and how much money you're making. Now you're just like shifting conversation from music to like music business, which is fine if you were on the podcast, if you were at the radio station and they asked you, who asked you? Like when what they call it, the person, I don't know who was speaking, brought up the Olamide thing. I was like, shit, that was what I even raised my hand to speak about, because like it was like a coincidence type of thing. I saw the Olamide poll, went to Instagram and I saw that thing. I was just like, in like, huh? Like this is just so crazy because it's Kuzma, but whatever, Sha. Because me, I don't see Kuzman as whatever, but you get what I mean. Like it's like so crazy. Why are you shifting conversations in a reductive way? You're not even trying to say that okay, oh, Nigerian, what they call it, 900 naira is too unaccessible. I mean, how much is Spotify now? 1,000. Apple, I can't remember what Apple is. I don't use Apple anymore. Like it's still too expensive for the average
Also
Nigerian.
1,000 or
Yeah,
1,000.
it's still too expensive for the average Nigeria to access. Okay, let's do a coalition. It's not his responsibility, obviously, but I'm just saying, let's do a coalition. Me, Olamide, this person, we pay for like. I'm just saying, like this is not a solution.
So what you're saying is lashing out was more destructive than constructive.
Yeah, it's destructive. Like it's not solution based. Obviously, his responsibility is not a solution. But I'm just saying it's not solution. He just came and put it down. Wah, because you know that people are going to carry it and everybody's going to talk. And my thing about this like because I've been seeing Bonasexual say that Nigerian crowd, they are not really like the people that are
I'm
putting
sorry,
money in
Bonasexual.
sorry. The Nigerian crowd, they're not people putting money in his pocket. But let's face facts. Like, I remember distinctively when this Sophie thing happened and Shade Room posted it. They deleted that post. I follow Shade Room, right? They like I got a notification and it was like they lifted from a Nigerian blog that I worked with. Do you understand? Like it was a screenshot. I think it was a mistake. They deleted it and then they posted it again. My point is that if we are being realistic, if Nigerians stop fucking with Burna Boy today, it will not affect Burna Boy today. But along the line, it will affect him. So, like, let everybody stop acting like we're not relevant. Like, I actually hate that narrative. Like, oh, okay, yes, we're not making money for you, but there's something that the ecosystem of Nigerian listeners are doing for you. Like, why shit on them? Sorry, I know I said I was going to like talk about like the impact of what he's saying regardless, and not really talk about it being him, but like his message did not make sense. It did not come at the right time. Nobody asked you. Like, it's just corny. Like, that's just like, that's what this man has become. He has become a corny man that maybe like the conversation that he was bringing up, everybody was following it before, and he just doesn't know when to stop. Like, there's a time to stop and shut up. And I think Burna Boy doesn't know that time because everybody has encouraged this man. Everybody has encouraged, oh, that's just how he is. Oh, it's just Burna Boy. Like, there's encouragement to be destructive. And now nobody knows how to stop him. He himself doesn't know how to stop. And he just doesn't like further any conversation. I don't know. The guy is just corny to me, but yeah.
God bless him for saying that nobody asked the guy. Nobody asked him at all.
All right, thank you, Ms. Waziti. All right. Yeah. Let's share some new speakers, man. Ade, real quick. I know Ade hasn't gone, and then Miss Tyla. I want to hear all the speakers, man. How's it going, my bro?
See, I've been observing, like, because this thing started on Afro Critic, and I was listening anonymously, and same set of people that have been crying for the past 2 days are still on it, and he's okay.
To be fair,
yes, Emmanuel, allow me speak. I said okay. I was listening on Afro Critic, and
gotcha.
I heard a few opinions, and which are okay because I don't need to be at the forefront of maybe saying Burna is this and that. I think at first, let me try and I think one of the few problems I feel that I wish Burna can work on is like he doesn't know when to say the right thing at the right time. I think that's one of the few problems that I've noticed about my idolo, and so most times whenever I talk, people always feel as if is condescending and all that stuff. Yeah, I need to correct something about what Ginger said the other time. Like, you said Nigerian audience gives us reviews whenever Burna goes for shows. It is wrong. Now listen, whenever Burna Boy has any shows, the real reviews from those shows comes from the people that attend the shows from all parts of the countries. Please. That's the misrepresentation.
Never said anything about reviews.
You said it. You said
Never
it.
said anything about reviews.
You said it.
Review?
Yes, you said
review?
Listen, now let me talk now.
No,
when you were speaking,
this is what I said. Listen, this is what I said.
No. When you
said that.
When you were speaking, oh, Emmanuel, you tell him to allow me to speak now. When you were speaking,
there was nothing about review that I said.
Ginger, sorry.
I allowed you to speak. I allowed you to speak.
So don't say things.
I allowed you to speak.
Ginger, please let Ade go.
Okay, please. It's God I'm using to beg you people. Ade, you will speak right now.
Hello, Ade.
You can unmute yourself and go ahead.
Yes, okay. Maybe I don't get you right, but you made mention of say whenever he has shows or something like that Nigerian are the ones that always first of all shout his name. If I can get you right. And I'm putting it to you that whenever Burna Boy has any shows, see, I want you to you don't focus on Burna. Like that's why like maybe because like whenever Burna Boy is doing any shows, just go and check the timelines. There are people in that particular location that are witnessing it live that they will be dropping reviews. Most Nigerian blog won't post about it. I'm not even capping, say this thing and all that. So, like, I'm an OG Burna Boy fan. So, if there's all those radios is way to talk say this thing. There's nothing way so you want to say Burna this thing and all that. You know, these things when I don't argue, I'm like, since last week, I don't follow on a dragon because, yes, he can say whatever he likes, and also people can't criticize him and clap back at him.
Yeah, so Ade, what do you think about the statement?
I think
the statement can be very, very. It is a two-edged sword. Like, business wise, I think he's trying to pass a message, but cultural wise, I think it might be kind of like condescending to maybe the industry. And I feel he has gotten the like needed backlash that he needed to be done and all that. And this is Burna. And for that poll, like even that poll that Kuzma made, there was a build up to it, and I was part of the build up for that poll when I was doing Olamide versus Burna, the rap. This so there was a build up to that post. One thing about Kuzma's like this and that, whatever conversations we are having on music Twitter,
he will take it to a poll.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So I was part of the build up to that.
Gotcha.
I was part of the I was part of. So when I saw the poll, I was laughing because Kuzma, my guy. So I was just doing this one. But I don't know how it got to Burna, and Burna saw it and just immediately I saw Burna's post another. Oh, bro, this they don't get to my dolo and all those stuff. So I was part of the build up, so it wasn't really. But I just feel like what he was saying, like I said, I think if he can be passing his message at the right time, it would be better. So that's just it. But I just feel like there is one aspect that I feel like people have not really thought on this matter is that what can we, because Taj during that time, like that day that he made that post, Taj dropped the post, and I love what Taj said about this EU. I said it on this page. He said that me on my own, like everyone should adjust the reality of what Nigerian stream is worth. From the media house to influencers, producers, artists, booking fee, and all those. Like Taj was coming from a point of view that so like let us look at this holistically, like what is attainable in the industry at the moment. Like because when I saw that person, like yes, like it might be coming from Burna, but I think if you can have to just touch all angles also, because same light that we're using to like come at Burna also, like let us try and review within the industry also and just see. So that's just it. And I think people can talk, that's just it. And Friday is going to be a wonderful moment also. The biggest African artist will be having his 100,000 show in Stade de France. God bless everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ade. I know 9B hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, we're going gang.
Sorry, before 9B goes, can I
sorry, Ginger.
Just quickly.
Ginger, please.
Can I just quickly rebuttal? No, just
please.
No, I'm not going too far though. Just a few rebuttals. Not first off, I didn't say anything about review that Nigerians are the one reviewing. I said Nigerians are still the ones to blow your trumpet before the people outside sees you and get interested to buy your whatever. I didn't say review.
Right.
I didn't say they're reviewing your shows. No, I said they blow your trumpet. That's how the people outside gets to see you and want to get interested in seeing you. That's it.
Appreciate
Simple.
It. Wait, who did that? Who did that? You don't need to. That's fine. Ginger said his piece for sure. 9V, what's up?
All right, my brother, what's up? Good. Welcome back. I think I've been on this place since you've been back.
Thanks, man.
Please, can you hear me though?
Yeah, loud and clear. It's good.
All right. So, you see, this discussion reminded me about this popular thing that happens in civic education when we're in school. When you're talking about a very, very negative conversation. Is it negative? Yeah, negative conversation. And at the end of the day, they just want you to have merit and demerit, like importance and the advantage and disadvantage. Even though that she doesn't have any advantage, they will just want us to have, even if there's one or two, they will not let us elaborate about it. Just put one advantage to it, even though that shit has 100% disadvantage. What I'm trying to say is, we all know this shit is fucked up, but because we just feel like we are music heads and we should have conversation about it, we're trying to force a positive whatever. Yeah, how can this affect the genre and the business part of it positively? Just When I saw that post, I feel like, nah, this is 100% bad. And that's my vote. People are trying to say, yeah, how can we increase the figure? Um, how can we increase the payment they give to the stream numbers here? That's not a way to start that conversation. The way it started, the way you posted is 100% bad. And I know, like I said earlier, we want to have a conversation. That's why we are trying so hard to see the positive side of it. And I think that's fucked up. I won't be my own contribution to this won't be you won't see me trying to force a positivity out of it. I will just speak about the negative side of it and get fuck off. You see, the thing is, I feel like the disrespect is getting too much. And there was a time Manuel did a content and it was at a point he was even ready to, and these are people that I feel like they are genuine about it. Last year, Emmanuel was complaining that why will you be giving 0.004 to one stream, and the country is giving you more listeners every year, especially Spotify. And I feel like the best you could do is to increase the number of revenue, but they are reducing it. At the point, Manuel said he won't be posting songs on these streaming platforms. That I'd rather put it on other platforms where he knows that these people will pay and their percentage of money will come to him directly rather than this DSPs. These are people that I think that are genuine about this. He literally went on a strike just to pass his information. Not you trying to mock other artists and you think you're having a good conversation about this. And one thing that always follows me when I see niggas having this conversation is that when I see people trying to say the Nigerian audience are not contributing financially much to the artists like this is, are we trying to bubble ourselves that majority of these artists are not even making 30% of their earning off streaming platform? Majority of the earning is coming from the deals and all. And I always say this: if it's not because of the followers you are getting, majority of the days you are not getting it. And majority 80% of their followers is coming from Nigeria. Let's be sincere with ourselves. We built your shit brick by brick. We pushed you out there before the intentional would start giving you these contracts. And at the end of the day, you're trying to shit this artist. And thank God, that was why I actually can requested the mic, but Yinka has already said it. But I would like to say it again. You see, last few days ago, yeah, I my artist or we made our first 1 million stream on on Spotify and we posted, and
Congratulations on that.
yeah, thank you very much. And you see, when you now see niggas that you look up to saying you shouldn't celebrate shit like this because Nigeria, blah blah, it's fucked up, man. Because you look at the start you dropped the other time, these are new niggas that they are getting really encouraged with shit like this, and it is these little numbers and charts from Nigerians that is giving them even the international deals they are getting. It's giving them that recognition, and you're trying to shit on their hustle because you feel like there's some OG who is not who doesn't need the rep from here. It's fucked up and it's really heartbreaking. And like I said earlier before I started the conversation, I understand what everybody is doing to say I'm trying to say the positive part of it. I'm not saying any positive shit from it. And I'll just reiterate what I've said. This is fucked up and you shouldn't encourage stuff like this and we shouldn't try to bring any positivity out of it. It's fucked up 100%. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, thank you so much, 9V. I didn't know if I guess because Dante has been on stage for a while, I'm just gonna hand it over to one more speaker that hasn't. If you don't mind, Dante.
Dante has already gone. I don't know what else Dante has to add, but I know we need to move forward. Go ahead.
I didn't want to say much.
Okay.
I what I wanted to say, Jinka already said it, so I'm
Okay.
just going to say, shout out capitalism.
Honestly.
Shout out to them.
Honestly.
Yeah, because everybody's acting like that's not the winner at the end of the day.
Yeah. So, if everything like is based on money, all I'll say is we could do alright, man.
Yeah. I love the idealism of saying you're not making music to make money, but I don't know, man. I would say we have
Belema,
to.
It's not. No one's saying you're not making
not
music to
about
make.
that.
It's not about that. It's.
No, I get it. I get it. I'm just saying it's the same way Bonner's statement is very absolutist is also the same way. No, I get the point.
I think can I just say that it is a profession, it is a career path. One of the pointers of success in any career path is financial success, freedom,
Right.
all of
Success.
that.
Yeah.
So it's
And I think
just
that's my
that.
But
point.
But then,
and
but then we
yeah.
do complain about
But there we do
they've
it for
made the
love.
money. Yeah, no, there's
No,
that.
no,
But we
no one
complain
is
about
even saying nobody does
when
it.
they.
Okay. Sorry, Dante, finish your point real quick. I just want to expand on something.
All right, I just wanted to say sometimes we do complain about artists who, after they've made money, could never make us feel whatever they made us feel when they were. Let me just even say middle class artists.
Gotcha.
Not economically, right?
Right.
In artists like financial hierarchy, the not halves, the middle class, and then the 1% niggas, right? So
Okay.
then when they become one of the 1%, they can't make us feel that way. So I think
Right.
that's what money takes away. So when Yinka said that, oh, it's not, I hold on to that as much as you can, bro. Like that's an advice. Okay, I don't advise
Right.
people, but I'll just say that to any artist. Like
Right.
hold on to that for as long as you can, because it will actually help you care more about the craft,
About
the
the art.
culture,
Yeah.
those,
Good
yeah.
point. Good point.
Yeah.
Real quick.
I was gonna say
Brother,
before
real
we,
quick.
because we need to move
Yeah.
forward, but I was gonna say Miss Taiwo needed to speak, but
Yes,
go
sure.
ahead.
Before Mr. Iwo goes, real quick, even just to respond to your point, no one is saying that artists are not making money to put food on their table. Absolutely, they are. But when we know how the music business or even any industry per se, you start somewhere, right? You don't just immediately end up your way in the Grammys conversation or a Coachella stage or feeding the US Billboard charts. You don't just land there. You start somewhere for many people. And that for many people that situation, that starting block is the Nigerian market. For you to diminish the achievement there, that would in turn give you not just actual leverage to further propel you into a different tier of the career. It's giving you authenticity. It's giving you a reason for people to respect you, right? So for people are looking at the value that the market is giving to them as just monetary. No, it's not just money that are giving to you. It's beyond just money.
Yeah. And I think that's what I said at the beginning. And I think that's why I think it's very important to be clear about what's important to people. Because if what you are looking for is only money and you're saying, I'm not getting money for this, that's your own problem.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's why I was very clear on that is
Right.
that he can be very factual. And the fact of the matter is, okay, you're getting less money from not being number one in Nigeria than you get from being number one in America.
Yeah.
That's not a lie. But the reality is that where you're not getting money, you're getting other things. And so I already said that at the beginning. I just
Right.
don't want us to be absolutist
For
on
sure.
either side.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, Miss Tayo. And then we have Pride. Oh, Magnificent Gun as well? Sorry, I don't know the timeline of how
They were actually here before me.
They were here before you?
yeah,
Okay.
they were here before you.
So yeah,
I was
Magnificent,
gonna
right?
say yeah, Magnificent, is it Razaki, and then Pride, and then Miss Taiwo. Actually, you just close us out so we can move forward. Thank you.
All right.
So Magnificent, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Someone said something just now that just what I was thinking for the past few days, and that's at the end of the day, capitalism wins because this whole issue of talking about the revenue from a Spotify stream and all of this wasn't. I'm not saying it's not a necessary conversation, but it wasn't really a conversation 6-7 years ago, and now it is, and for good reasons. And again, Burna and Nigerians have the relationship between both of them. I don't want to say it's not symbiotic, it's not parasitic, it's just there. And
it's just toxic.
It's not even toxic, because toxic means someone is suffering, and I don't think anyone is actually suffering from both of them. It's just everything Ima said about the old Brunner situation today, I totally agree with. No, everyone knows. Ima knows the way how I feel about Brunner and all of this, but you look at this kind of thing, it's not even a double-edged sword because he's not hurting himself for what he says, he's just hurting the culture. And the whole issue and the whole problem, the number one issue I think Brunner has had right from not even from 2018, like some people say, right from the onset of his career, if you've been following him, was always the media training. And it's I don't think it's something they can change at this point because obviously his braggadocious demeanor took him to where he is right now. So I don't think he would want to change that. But at the same time, there is a way to have this conversation without it being condescending and demeaning. Because, for instance, look at now, we are on Afrobeat to the world space. Brunner is about to make history in next few days at Paris at the Stade de France. And look at what we are talking about. And whose fault is it? It is because you look at this. I don't understand. I don't even want to. I don't want to believe it about the Olamide poll or whatnot, because this conversation with the old Spotify stream is something that I felt like has been going on internally with the Brunner's camp, and not just Brunner's camp, with the other big artists. Something
Every artist, even the young ones, are feeling what is. They're seeing the same numbers behind. Everybody's seeing the same numbers.
I feel like the number issue is it's a big problem, because we had someone who I don't want to mention the artist, but we had someone who went number one late last year, like an relatively unknown artist who gathered a million stream, and 94% of the stream came from Nigeria, and his revenue could not be used to book a studio session in Nigeria. That's a discussion that needs to be had, obviously. And if the big guys say, yeah, let's talk about this, fine, okay, they are the forefront of this whole movement. They are the one that are carrying the torch for now before the other ones come. Fine. But when you come and you have a conversation and you put it like this, honestly, the message for me, I don't even care about the message. We've all known about the Spotify stream, but the way you come out and say these things, it's just, or maybe he's trying to, because to be honest, the whole in 2023 when he said the whole substance or no substance, I felt everyone had the same reaction to it, where everyone was like, yeah, don't say that. But at the end of the day, if you look at the whole conversation shifting to the release of his album, it was beneficial for him, because right from June till August, he was still at the tip of everyone's brow, and you could say he was part of the clout for his album, and he pushed it or something like that, and maybe that's what he's looking for again. But
I don't even think that's the case here.
I
think it was just a natural reaction to something as measly as a poll, and it felt like very natural. I didn't even think it was that calculated.
It might be, it might not be, but then I was right now. I left this. As we're having this conversation now, I was booking my train ticket to Paris, and I was just thinking, because I look at this whole thing and I'm like, yeah, obviously I would still go. I bought a ticket already. I would go, and if he's doing another one again in Manchester, I still plan on going. The difference, I calculated it, I wouldn't sleep much in between. And I'm like, yeah, this is the sacrifice I am making for this person.
And sorry, Magnificent, remind us how many times you've seen Burna.
Honestly, I don't think that matters, honestly.
It does. Because you are part. No, listen.
Are we going to add this new one or just previously?
No, you can add this new one, but I'm just saying.
If you're going to add Paris, it's going to be 19.
It's going to be 19, right?
Yeah, 19 in 8 different countries. Well, that's not even
we don't need to ask you where you're from. We don't need to ask you where.
That's not what
exactly.
Because the whole conversation about Burna and Nigeria started off. I feel like the whole. I don't want to use the word "hates" because I don't think Burna hates Nigerians. I just think if it sees Nigeria as an easy target to be in the conversation, and I feel like most of the time it's not about being, because he's an adult, so I would say he does some things on purpose just to get in the conversation. And maybe this was the way to do it for the new concert, because if you notice, after the whole rant, he posted the link to the stadiums and everything. And I'm like, maybe this was his way to
Wait, did he actually?
Yeah, I did. This was the way to get in the conversation, and it's not. It's well, like someone said, Burna and Nigeria fit each other, because at the end of the day, in 2020, during the whole NSAS period, and they were like, yeah, Burna did not come out. He actually came on live and he said, yeah, during the whole NSAS, his mom was having a life-threatening surgery. That's why he didn't come out. But yet, I don't think anyone knows that. The only conversation in the admire of everyone was that he's singing about the pain of Nigeria, but during the whole protest, it did not come out. And I feel like he's still hurt about it. And yeah, he has every right to be, but he is shitting on a movement that he helped create, which at the end of the day is also hurting himself. I'm sorry. He's also hurting himself. And that's just what pains me in this whole thing. I don't think it was wrong about the message was wrong, but it's just the delivery, and that's what everyone is angry about.
Thank you, Magnificent. Appreciate it. H, my guy.
Hello. Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So I mean, like, basically, right? For me, I don't think this is a messenger P or whatever. I feel like if it was another person that said that, we would have reacted this way. Just that the heat is much more because it's Burna Boy. And that's because, bro, this nigga does these things to Nigeria. Bro, this is somebody that, like, people came for your show, you came hours late and you had the guts to be telling them that if not for Shay Vibes, you would have left, blah, blah, blah. He's always just taking the smallest chance that he gets to, like, shit on us. And we cannot actually, like, keep looking away, like, from that. And the funny thing is that his old brand, no matter how he wants to, like, rubbish us and feel like, oh, he's a global superstar and whatever, his old brand is still African, is still Nigeria at the end of the day. Your global breakthrough album is literally titled African Giant. That's what you, like, represent. That's what you represent. So no matter how you want to actually even make us feel like we do not, like, matter, everything that you built was from home. In fact, like, there was a point where it was actually like he had a small run. Can everybody hear me, please?
Oh, loud and clear.
Yeah,
We're paying attention.
he had a small run to South Africa, right? Like, did small couple, like, balls and whatever to South Africa. Eventually, they had to come back to Nigeria to come to still, like, plan it properly, and from there push. I mean, everybody has said it. No matter how you want to, and it's not our fault as the consumers. It's not our fault. And in this case, what he posted, right, is not just the music consumers, is the media, is everyone that, like, supports behind the scene. One of the guy that came the other time, the other guy and whatever was saying, they don't, if he has events or whatever, they don't support. Like, bro, the big three they get support from everybody, standard. I work for Not Just Okay. They get sometimes why you don't actually even post some of these events is probably, like, even on some copyright, like, issue. That's why you don't even, like, post videos or whatever, because you don't want them to, like, get their stage. But for every time that we can actually, like, push these people, bro. We do it with all our minds, bro. A typical Nigerian boy would be somewhere and they would they would they will create a fan page out of nothing, out of all this data or whatever. They will create a fan page and consistently push an artist religiously without being getting paid for it or whatever, just out of passion. I mean, like the other guy that like came, they are part of them. They are part of them. And the funny thing is that all these things that he's saying is shitting on you people too, on your efforts, on the love that we show up for all these people. We show up, we make the loudest noise. You cannot blame me for how much is our minimum wage for you to be expecting me to pay so much for music, bro. All these places that you're actually even like using to compare, away from the fact that economically are we on the same level? Show you the wine me.
Yeah, man.
These people still even have support, bro. I'll book events. I want to like pay for events. Sometimes you will see some events that PayPal will tell you that you can pay 3 times instrumentally. So even if I don't have the full amount, I can still go for the event. You cannot get that in Nigeria. So like, how do you want to like compare the purchasing power that like we have the local fans? We do not have it. The least you can do is, but still one way or the other, we don't have the finances, right? But we still make this noise for you like anyway. The least you can do is just to appreciate, and he's constantly always doing it. It feels like he's doing us a favor one way or the other. He's constantly always doing it. Bro, makes no damn sense. And again, like that's global whatever that you feel or whatever. When you go to perform at the Grammys or whatever, your stage set and whatever, it's all still African. That's the brand you are still selling. Because no matter how hip hop you want to sound or you want to do, you cannot be hip hop. You are not hip hop like the Westerners, like the Americans themselves. You are not. So at the end of the day, you have to sell a brand from home, from where you are from. And again, somebody has already said it, he will still do it again. And that's why everybody's like getting angry, because it's this guy. This guy, he will still run him again because he feels like we do not just matter. Like, on no, and me, left to me, I feel like he's on some thinking that it should have been embraced way long
way earlier in his career.
before we did. Which again, I mean, the soundscape as at that time was much more Balongo music. I mean, see where we are coming from. We came from AY.com, Terry G,
right.
Durella kind of like sound to, and as at those times, right, Burna Boy was already like, it was futuristic. It was already like doing, so people did not like get on. But people that still fuck the truth, they did. A lot of people will say that like Burna Boy success is from maybe 20 from before Ye, bro. People were already fucking with Burna Boy way before Ye. Way before Ye. So maybe that's still what is holding on to, that these people did not get on board with me. I told them blah blah blah, that kind of thing. But man, like, you grown now, like, calm down. This somebody now, this is a Nigerian saying he's traveling from Paris, going to UK to, like, bro.
I blame Shantizo, man.
Bro, people are supporting. People are like, they are supporting. As just like the way you say it too, like Nigerians, even the Nigerians in the diaspora. I mean, how much do we have? How much do we have? You want to compare me with somebody from a system that's, I mean, like, the system is better for them economically, for them to be able to pay for all these things. But still, we still pull up. We still pull up one way or the other. We still pull up in different ways. In different ways. Bro, every platform, the big three, every platform is like even mandatory that you have to post the big three. You have to cover them. You have to cover them. See, Coachella, this thing, right? They were handing out copyright infringement like anything. Still, the Nigerian media were still adamant. We still posted. These are the things that like people do not know, and like Man, I'm just tired
man.
of the bro
No.
because he has continuously done and done and done. Like, bro, relax, man.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
Relax. If Nigerians actually say they don't, but then the music is just too great. I mean, the music is great. I don't think I can say
It's never a discussion. Yeah.
Yeah. But if they say they are not like fucking with you, bro, I mean, you might feel like one thing, but again, you will feel it.
Right.
You will feel it. You will feel it.
All right.
Man, I just hope that like it does better because it doesn't even like really make sense. Thank you guys.
H, man. Appreciate it. That perspective is coming from Nigerian media directly, so you can definitely see how the sentiment is being received in the industry. So yeah, appreciate you, H, on that one. I think we have just Pride and then Miss Tyla, right? Right. Hello, Pride.
Yeah, hi, man. Yeah, hi, man.
Welcome.
Yeah, hope you're okay, man.
Yes, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's glad to be. I hope all is well now.
Yes, man.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I just wanted to quickly, give my 2 pence on this, right? And I think on this topic, right, I'm going to be a bit pedantic on it, right? And I think Belema has a compass on this, and it keeps coming back to what Belema said as in right. I just think this is about who said it, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is simply because I've been listening to a couple of submissions on here, right? And I'm asking myself, right, are people talking about what they think about Burna or what they read on those messages which he put out? Because if you listen to what people are saying based on his history, based on his attitude, based on his past, and based on the perception they have about him. So talking about issues like he's shitting on Nigerians or he doesn't respect them and all that. And I'm asking myself, but then that's not what he said on what he posted, And the reason why I'm going to be pedantic is simply because I follow him very, very closely, right? And every time I give him benefit of doubt, right? And there is a reason why I give him benefit of doubt. So if anyone tells me, listen, he hates Nigerians or he always shits on Nigerians, right? I give him benefit of the doubt because when I listen to all these albums, right up till date, he always has good things to say about Nigeria. He's singing about the country, about the situation, be it political, be it social, right? So if he says something and anyone tries to paint it like he's saying something else, I try to give him benefit of doubt because I can pull on very many situations where I think he has good things to say about Nigeria, right? But then the issue about Burna, which I've noticed, which keeps coming up, is just the fact that he's a victim of unrealized expectations from some Nigerians. So I get the impression like there's an expectation of him because he's who he is. Some people think because he's got money, he's got cars, he's got a Grammy, he's on top of his game. There is an expectation of him around the lines of he can't say that, but then a normal Nigerian can say it. A normal Nigerian who has a degree can actually say, you know what, my degree is useless. What is it to me? A normal Nigerian can say that, and everyone would understand is because they probably got a degree and they can have a job. But you see, Burna Boy can't say stuff like that because there's an expectation of him not to say stuff like that. Okay, and I get it. So when I look at it, right, when this tweet came out or this post came out, I knew he was talking about that poll. I knew it. But then I'm going pedantic because, Emma, yourself, you even gave a shout out to Cosman and you're calling it a measly poll, right? It's measly. So basically, those who have actually done that poll, you call them measly. Someone can be pedantic and say, well, that's disrespectful from you, thinking that Nigerians who are very, very supportive of music, they've actually put a poll and you're calling the poll measly. So it's just us being pedantic there. But then when I saw that, I knew who he was talking to, right? A Nigerian can easily say, you know what, this country is spoiled, and people will understand what they say. But then if not only Burna Boy, there are other people in Nigeria, it might be politicians. If he says that same statement, people take it for, oh, you know what, you're saying that the country is bad. So I'm just thinking that we're just a bit pedantic about it, right? If we go on what he said, can a Niger pole fill a stadium? The answer is no. He got up in the morning, he saw a pole, he lost on the pole, and then he comes back and he says, listen, don't think about the Twitter polls. The Twitter polls are not going to sell you a stadium. That's his truth, right? And the answer is what he's saying correct? Yes. A Twitter poll is not going to fill you a stadium. It's as simple as that. I knew who he was referring to. But then if Nigerians want to take that to mean he is shitting on them and then they fly about it, they make it what they want to make it, keep us on this space for long, it's a choice. So for me, I think he's responsible for what he says. You're responsible for how you understand and interpret it. Funny enough, he's won a couple of awards over the past few days. He's got a show in the next few days. No one is talking about it because we are trying to major on the minor. There are very many positive things which we could have been talking about as far as he's concerned. But then it's just an industry responsibility. If we want to base on these things, that is how we're going to take it. I just think the issue remains about expectation. There are a lot of expectations from him. And I know that as an artist, when you get to the top of your game, be it in politics, be it in social life, be it in business, the higher you go, the more expectations people have of you. And if you say things which they don't expect of you, of course, you get a pushback from them. But then I always try to bring it down to context. There are very many things which we say every day, and because we think we're no one, we can get away with. But then there are things which people like them, especially Burna, would say, and he cannot get away with them. And that's the way I'm going to look at it. Do I think he disrespects Nigerians? I don't think so. Because on his music, his catalog, there are a lot of good things which he has to say about Nigerians. So I don't think somebody who hates Nigerians that much will spend time talking about them on his catalog, right? Do I think there is a love-hate relationship? I don't really think so, but I just think that he's the kind of person who's very, very erratic. As in, if he gets up in the morning and he sees some people pushing some narrative against him, he's going to push it. When he pushes back, he's pushing back at those people. But then I think what he forgets to understand is, right, if Kosman says something about him and he gets pissed off and he responds, when he replies, everyone in Nigeria would take it like he's talking to them. And I think he needs to be able to differentiate between who he's talking to and Nigerians as a whole. Because every time he says something in reaction to what someone says about him, everyone would take it to mean like he's talking about all Nigerians. And I don't really think he will be talking about all Nigerians in that manner. So I think there is some gap where he needs to improve on how he responds. I like the way he responds to stuff. There are very many artists who people talk about them, and for fear of backlash, they don't talk. But I think he's put himself in that pedestal where he thinks like, you know what, I can get away with responding. But then if you respond, direct it at the people who it concerns. So Nigerians as a whole don't confuse like you're talking to everyone. Then we stay on this post for a long time talking about the things that really don't matter, whereas he has things which matter, which I think Nigerians to be talking about. So that's just my, little piece about, this whole affair.
Gotcha. I like your submission because obviously it's the perspective that counters basically what everyone has said in some sense. But I think just for the sake of time, I'll lean on to the little bits of truth that you added there where he is erratic. I think that's the perfect description of this, or his string of behaviors. I think that's a perfect way to describe it. And two, you also like pointed out the issue of him being able to differentiate between the people he's actually targeting in his responses versus the general scene. I think out of any of his lashes to Nigerian audience, like say it being they don't make Afrobeats without substance, blah, 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 or the situation where he had people waiting for hours and he came and said, it's only because of Shay Vibes that I came out for you people. Even that, you can give him the benefit of the doubt that was to that crowd. That was to that set of people that were in front of him. But with this situation, it's broader than that. because he's speaking to the consumer base. He's speaking to the market. So out of any of his lashes to Nigerians, I think this is the most defining one, because guess what? He was referring that statement to artists. He was informing how artists should be behaving with how they view the Nigerian markets, that base. So if there's anything that lashes on to the Nigerian base, it's this statement that lashes on the Nigerian base the most, to the entire ecosystem, because these are things that are beyond the hands of Nigerians. We don't have all that power and will to build our economy a certain direction. There's people in positions, broader scheme that affect us indirectly. Trump and his policies on a global perspective affects Nigerians, affects purchasing power in certain areas. There's a broader scheme here, right? So if there's things that are out of Nigerians' hands, we couldn't make the Nigerians were not the reason why their purchasing power is where it is compared to the rest of the world. They're not the reason why Spotify gives a reasonable rate to Nigerians compared to what they would give to an American, because they know the purchasing power in these markets are different. Hence why the revenue is clearly different. So all these things that he's saying, it's a natural given. Most people behind closed doors, behind their dashboards, they know it. As a content creator myself, I see it. I see how much money I get from Nigerian viewers versus my US viewers. Everybody sees this thing. But understand that he was addressing artists in this case.
Yeah, Emma. Just a quick question. I know you're moving away from this. Yeah. Yes, Emma, just a quick question. I know you're moving away from this because you've got another topic to dwell on, right?
Right.
So I just ask you, right? Just out of interest, right? Would you think his statement was geared towards asking artists to broaden their perspective,
that's you
work harder? I'm just asking.
I'm just asking. I understand what you're doing.
I'm asking.
Please,
I'm
I'd like
asking.
to answer that question.
I'm just asking, right? Do you think his message was trying to get artists to, or his message was, you know what, I just want to shit on you? Which one?
First off, his message was out of his ego being bruised. There was no good faith intention behind it. Do you understand what I mean? Like, there was no good faith. Oh, I want to uplift the Nigerian bases, hence why let me give them these tips. It was out of his ego being bruised by a poll. And when I said it was measly, I've said it was inconsequential. That poll is inconsequential. And then again, it's a minor subset of the Nigerian base. So he's taking a reaction from a minor subset to now affect the entire ecosystem. You see how this transfer of power is? Knowing someone in his position and how he can affect an entire market, or how artists view an entire market pool. The value that Nigeria brings to any artist is in Nigeria is beyond money. It's far beyond money. His ego was bruised because of that. And that's why I don't think he was coming with some good intention to send some good message. I think that's the only cloak that you guys can hide behind, that he's giving us some truth. Yes, those things that are given, we know those things. But we have to look at and ask ourselves, why did he come out to say these things in the first place? We know that.
Yeah, so which kind of boils down to the fact where...
Would you agree he came out of a result of his ego being bruised?
I think that was a source, but then that was not the message in it, right? And I think it just comes down to this
message. It's not my point.
And I think it comes back to this unmet expectations, right? And I don't think this is going to be the end of it. This is going to continue. I think that there is an expectation.
I think the expectation you speak of is to everybody, bro. It's not unique to Burna.
Which I think he's going to really disappoint
everyone in a superstar status. I think that responsibility is to anyone with a large platform, with a large following that people look up to. I think that's a given for anyone in his position. The expectations that you're speaking of, and I agree with you, there are expectations for people in set positions. And I don't even like to look at them as expectations. I look at them as responsibilities. These are things that once you are given so much power, you have a responsibility to wield it in a good way that will benefit everyone. It's a responsibility, it's not an expectation. That's all. I know Miss Tyla is the last one before we get to new music, because I wanted to get to some new music as well, conversations. But appreciate the conversations today, guys. Miss Tyla.
Sorry, I don't really have much to say. I just wanted to ask a question.
because I'm more just like looking at people's opinions or perspective on the statements. I wanted to ask if, like, for the first post where he said, "Dear artists, don't let Twitter polls and, in quotes, Niger social media fans deceive you." If he ended that statement there, would we be having this conversation today?
Can I answer that?
We'll still be having the same conversation because
Not really, because the next slide was where the problem was. It was your song being number one on any streaming platform is
That's
not
not. That's
I think that's a
shocking.
bigger
That's
punch.
shocking to me because I mean the problem for me was in the first post.
Why?
Why is that?
Like they won't fill up any stadium for you they won't fill up stadium for you in any part of the world.
Right.
But actually listening to what some other people's perspective was kind of changed that a little bit. For the number one, I actually even read that completely different from what most people are talking about. Because I feel like from what we have been seeing on my timeline, a lot of things I've been seeing on my timeline, to an extent, has been about how the charts we have aren't really to be trusted to some extent because of streaming farms and things like that. So when I was reading it, that was the mindset I had. That's
Gotcha.
Yeah, to be fair, like it is a great thing, and I don't think you should even be dictating to anybody what they should and shouldn't celebrate. But me, I was actually reading it in the mind of, I didn't even think, I wasn't even thinking twice about all these things that he said. I just read it, I was like, all right, okay, I moved on. But I read that not celebrating number one because I was like, to be honest, from what I can see, I don't know if it's proper facts, but also conversations I've seen on timeline too, about how there are just some songs that like you see as number one, and it's songs that you can't actually see the impact in real life.
I think you're probably looking at the wrong charts then. I think that's the situation there.
And that's fine. Yeah. But like I'm just saying I'm not the only one that has
No, I feel you.
Said this. So like that is the perspective I was coming from.
Gotcha.
I wanted to say one more thing, I forgot. But yeah, I don't know. I'm actually kind of surprised that this actually, because I think it was a straightforward thing. I think it was a thing of like if he ended or if he took out a few lines, it would, I mean, to still cause a ruckus, but yeah, like people should be able to celebrate what they want to celebrate. It's also not Nigerians' fault that we don't have as much buying power.
Yes, I think if you speak.
But then again, like Belema said, it's also about the person that said it, because a lot of these things are somebody said that these are conversations that we've already had before. Why we haven't taken?
Oh, you mean like?
I don't. Huh?
You mean like when you say these are conversations we've had before? Do you mean like this week? You mean, or you mean in general?
No, like in the Nigerian space, talking about like the
purchasing power. Yes, we talk about
yes.
Yeah.
But like, why should we now be saying that? Oh, because we have talked about it, you shouldn't talk about it.
Again, full context of his entire statement. It's not just one slide we're looking at, guys. We're looking at the opening statement of "Don't celebrate your wins in this country." Look at that. Like, look at that statement, in the weight of that statement coming from the person that has achieved probably the most from this.
Sorry, Manuel, just jump in, please. Sorry, please. Okay. Then it's not these conversations. We've had these conversations before, but then
it's not
in any way. It is not. It's not from like we are not blaming the consumers
Yes, you're
that
not putting
they are the ones at fault,
Yes.
because that's what he's saying.
You're not putting
That's
the
why,
onus
like,
on the consumers.
the context of like the other guy that said a typical Nigerian would say my degree is worthless or whatever. That context does not, follow, because when I'm saying my degree is worthless, I'm not putting the blame on any other Nigerian, right? I'm putting it on the system. I'm putting it on like the government or whatever. I'm not saying my fellow Nigerian is like the reason why like my
Okay,
degree is
sorry.
worthless.
Quick question. When you say seats in are you reading like the two slides together, the dear artist and then the second slide?
Everything, my style.
Because no,
It's a
I'm
full
just asking
statement.
because the blaming the consumers for the streaming parts, I genuinely didn't see that.
Can I help you see it?
Please do. Please help us.
Can I help you see it? When you start your statement with dear artist, right? You're addressing to people that are in your industry and basically calling them to the side and say like, look, observe all these markets beyond like the entire scale of where your audience can reach. This one right here, don't celebrate it. It doesn't bring much value to you. Do you understand how that angle can be seen right now as...
But Emma, can we not call that a spin as well? Spin?
It's not a spin because
that's your spin,
That's the
Emma.
reaction. No. That's the...
I feel like it's
your spin.
To an
It's not your
extent can be a spin because
it's not a
you
spin,
have
guys.
your...
No. The
It's,
direct question here. The direct question
of...
was, how is he blaming the consumers, right? I'm telling you how he blamed the consumers by using that angle. That's why. And this is not a spin at all. Trust me, this is a direct statement that he's saying that, and we know how we as the consumers felt by hearing it.
Emma, it's a spin because the direct statement was at artists. So the consumer perspective is your spin.
No, can't you see the angle, Pride? Come on. You see the angle that I just laid
you,
out.
you make a product for who?
You made the product. Who are you making the products for? He's addressing the art. He's addressing the artist and comparing consumer markets, and then highlights the Nigerian market as not being favorable to an artist. How is that not what
fact,
he's doing?
Isn't it?
It's
a fact as well,
guys,
isn't it?
again, you guys are hiding behind this fact thing when you're not talking about the entire context in the angle he's coming from. Come on, guys. The angle is completely different. He didn't raise this issue up in order to actually see solution being solved. He said, guys, get your solution elsewhere. That's what he was saying.
Emma, like I said, right? We are all responsible for the way we understand it, and we can agree to disagree on this one.
Most definitely. Yeah. Mr. Taiwo. Any other further questions? I guess we can wrap it up.
It's okay.
All right. Cool, man. This was good. Longer than I budgeted, honestly, for tonight's space. We have to get to new music because today, or this week rather, was quite active with new music. Okay. But appreciate everyone that's added so far with the discussions. I've enjoyed them on my end. But yeah, man, we can get into new music real quick before we call it a night. We have new Rema and new Lojay. Where do we want to start? We also have more, of course, but we can get to Rema's About You, second single this year for Rema. Obviously, you can see the change or the shift in perspective from his previous album last year. Any thoughts so far on About You being the second single this year so far? Anyone want to go? Any hands up? You guys don't want to talk about any music. Guys, what's up?
It's a good track.
I will.
Okay.
Let me take
all right, Ginger, go ahead. Ginger, go ahead, and then Yinka.
Yeah. Quickly, I enjoyed New Music Friday this Friday. I want to talk about somebody called Sewa. I just discovered her music and I love it so much. I think that Asha is like her direct, like she's a prodigy of Asha. That's what I see in her. I feel like she's a combination of Aramide in lyricism and delivery Asha. Like it just brought back that whole feeling. Yeah, and I really loved Lagos Living so much. I fucked with it a lot. I think somebody made a playlist on Spotify There has been Music Friday, and man, I tapped into it a lot. I loved it so much.
Somebody.
Somebody else I listened to that I loved was um, Amatoma, so sexy. I love Lojay's stuff. Yeah, it was dope, and I feel like Ordeal's feature
Ginger,
into it.
you're plowing through everything.
Can you hear
But
me?
I said you're plowing through everything, but I guess you can go.
Yeah, I just wanna do that and just bounce ahead. So, yeah, what is it called? I said I liked Odil's way of coming into the song with
Right.
the pigeon. I didn't see that coming. Yeah, how he went. Your body, I love this. I'm like, oh, this dude, he can actually go this route. So
Yeah.
he can actually do like our Afrobeat full time if he wants to, not the proper R&B he's been making. So yeah, I think I liked that. Johnny Drill Fireboy, I loved it too. I loved
Okay.
that too as well. Yeah, I love that. That was a feature that should have happened 4 years ago, but yeah, it's happening now.
Right.
Yeah,
All right.
and I loved Fireboy's voice. Anyways, who else dropped again that I liked? There's somebody
There
that
was Lil
dropped. There was a new
Kesh. There
person.
was LAX.
Yeah, Lil Kesh. Yes, I loved Lil Kesh. No Disorder. I loved it. And I love that he's rebranding. He stayed like he's, I don't know if he's rebranding or something that will call it, but resurgence. Yeah. I
Right.
love it. I think
I
that,
mean, I feel
yeah,
like he has had like 2 or 3 of these, but yeah.
yeah, but I think this one seems like more of a resurgence than,
Really better than
to me,
the
I
Zinoliski
don't know.
record.
Was it?
That
I
record
can't
with
remember.
Zino. What's his name again? Something. Killing something. What's the name of the song, man?
Is it the one with Tibbs and?
I said Zinoliski and Lil Kesh.
Oh, sure.
You guys don't remember this
I
song?
don't know. I can't remember the song. That's why I said this one feels more like
Don't Call Me. You guys remember Don't Call Me? What? Nobody remembers Don't Call Me? And how massive of the record that was? This was like
I know
2022 or
the
2021?
I think I know the record you're talking about, but now it's in my head. I'm trying to find it.
I don't
have it in
call me. Don't call me. I'm humming the melody because I don't know the words.
I don't.
What?
I don't know. I can't remember it. I'm serious.
I'm so G, the matter, don't call me.
Okay,
Bro.
that song. Okay, I'm so G. Okay, I know the song. Yeah, I know the song.
Don't call me.
Yeah, I know the
Anyway,
song.
I'm saying that was a resurgence. You know what I mean? Like,
okay,
that was one of his many like moments.
Yeah. So Kizz Daniel,
Yes,
Police,
Kizz
very
Daniel, Police.
interesting.
Thoughts.
Very interesting one. I think Kizz already has a way of just see me. I don't hate the guy. Everybody's always calling for him, and it's this me. I've already accepted the same thing that
Hello.
this Edo and his Afro Alauta they work and they go. So I think Police work and it's already working. It wasn't a bad listen for me. I even love Jerry Jones' feature and reference featuring Angelica Kidjo. I think referencing Angelica Kidjo's Agolo or what's it called? There's a line in Angelica Kidjo's song that was being said in the song. If I can remember, I forgot the line. I think it was the Agolo song or something. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Well, which other new song did I listen to? There's this girl called I don't know if it's Fimi or something. She raps. She wears like pinafore or no, not pinafore.
It's
Yeah, she wears like a
pinafore.
like a church like church girl. I'm going to call her what is CSC kind of dressing.
She was playing a character.
Yeah, exactly. I loved her. Like,
she's very creative. I think I see that same fiery and creativity of a Tyla or Tyla the Creator, but by the way, like a Tyla the Creator or a Doechii, that level of nerd effort. I think that's exactly. I think she's one of the very, very few exciting emerging artists that is pouring into that. I think First Class is another artist like that. I think her and First Class are the two ones that can.
First Class is so good, man. With his visuals, that guy's carrying.
Almost every visual is effort. You're seeing effort in there. You're seeing characters. You're seeing moves. You're seeing like drastic things that most people don't put into
Yeah, and it's relating in a
and it
way.
relates to the music so well. It
Yeah.
merges well. Femi is doing it very well. First Class doing amazing as well.
I really loved her stuff, man. I was like, who's this girl? I love how you do your stuff. There's also this girl called Melissa that featured Black Bulls. I saw
Yeah,
this
that
tattoo
too.
like soon.
Isn't that this girl's
Yes.
sister? Molly's sister?
They said she's Molly's sister. Yeah, that's what they said. I was like, okay. It's like talent is
She was
within
on.
the family.
She was in the loop with Budge. Both of them were on the song.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think she was also on that.
Yeah.
I think she was also on that.
Amaarae song.
That went
Yeah,
viral.
she was. That was Molly. Molly was on
The
Sad.
sad, the sad money something. Yeah, they said she was on it.
Means we speak about Molly. She's dominating right now, man. Especially the dancehall space. She's eating up the dancehall space. She's on stages with Vibes Cartel, man. Like, do you know how huge that is? She's on stages in New York, like, and she's on a crazy promo run right now. And she's doing it so well. I'm so excited because she's an evident like case of just being resilient. Because she has been working that song since October last year, making content with that same dance last year before she was able to grab the attentions of dancehall legends, Elephant Man, like Vibes, freaking
Skilly Bang, everybody.
like, so many people, like what's her name, Shinsea, Spice as well. There's so many like endorsements. Stefflon Don too. Like it's crazy how much like cosign she has picked up in a very quick time. Well, not quick. That's the thing. It's been since October. People look like it got handed over to her, but she's been working to it, and it's actually been building.
Yeah,
it's actually been building. Like Molly.
Also, speaking of new music, I loved Ricardo's Mukutu that he dropped.
Yes, bro. Ginger, you're just plowing through everything. I guess we'll not get to talk about it because other people want to talk, bro. Yes, Mukutu.
Okay, so let me just wrap it up.
Bro, let's speak about Ricardo Mukutu, bro. I love that record for so many reasons. It's so nostalgic. It feels like something Don Jazzy would have cooked up in the heat of like Mohit's era. Like it feels like it's not quite. It doesn't lean to Afrobeats really. You know that same craze and love that the scene had for hip hop beats, because that's what Don Jazzy did for most of it was mostly hip hop production, and this is that level of that hip hop production that scene used to crave back then, and I saw it in this record, and I'm like, yo, they really cooked. Shout out to the producer. I looked up his name because it was so dope. I think not TUC, is it? Or what's his name? God, it's blanking up.
I don't know the producer's name.
Man. I really want to shout him out because he really took me back.
Delivered.
Yeah.
Delivered. Speaking of, I know before I came up, I heard you guys interviewing a Ghanaian guy because I could hear from his accent. So there's another Ghanaian guy that I didn't know he was Ghanaian that sounds Nigerian. This is Olive the Boy or something.
Olive the Boy, yeah.
Dropped the project.
It's fire.
I like the song Bend, Sakodie. I was like, I like this guy. I'm like,
bro, can I recommend a song? Can I recommend a song from Olive the Boy?
Oh yeah, recommend.
He has a record with Sounds. Okay, Sounds. Mm-hmm. You know Sounds. Sounds did Fever with Fave.
Okay.
So there's a record called Mad on Sounds It's EP. Everyone should go check out that record. I love that record. It's such a sweet melody, bro, and it's so infectious. It's like, Sounds Olive the Boy. The song is called Mad. I absolutely love that record, man. But anyway, yes, Olive the Boy is another gem from Ghana.
There's another guy that I really like the guy. I liked how he sounded and I like the song Bend with Sakodie. Then the last one that I wanted to wrap it up with is Bella Shmurda and Fola. Dangbana Region.
Yeah.
I actually liked it too. I was like,
Ginger, you listen to everything, bro. I love it.
I was like, no. The thing is that I was like, Bella Shmurda really timed the signing for Fola. He got a gem, man. Like, I'm like, he rushed and signed the guy. Like, he got a gem. I'm like, no, that guy is good.
Fola announced an album. Okay, we're expecting an album very soon. I am so gassed. This is the best time to do that. Like, it makes so much sense. Like, I really wanted to consolidate this run.
He's on the high right now. So, there's a guy called Limey or something that featured at Jabu Hustler. You guys listen to it. Yeah, Lasmid. Yeah,
You know
featured
Sabi
Ajabo
Lime. Lime is an OG.
Clingy. Actually, I didn't see the guy.
I know
I just
Sabi
listened to the song. I was like, I like this clingy song.
Yeah, man.
And Piego just went in on the song, and I was like, now I like this clingy song. So that's it for me for new music, man.
Nice,
It was dope.
Ginger,
I think but the
Lasmid
highlight is Shewa. Lasmid is who?
Sorry. Say that
Lima
again.
is YP's cousin, I believe. Psycho
Who,
YP.
Lime?
Yeah.
Oh, Psycho YP.
YP's cousin?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's on Apex too. He's on the YP's record label.
Right. I didn't know it was.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were related. But
If
I
I'm
think I
wrong,
said
somebody
for
can
me.
come and quote me, but like
No.
heard
It's,
it in an
I knew
interview
he has
they
been
did.
Apex from time, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
possible that they're related.
The highlight for me is still Shewa. I just want to shout
Yeah,
out,
man.
man.
Honestly, too.
Lagos loving
Lagos love it.
number one for me.
Lagos love
Yeah,
it.
I loved
I
it.
played that record
I
so
loved
often.
it.
Everybody around me loves it so much now. Like, yeah,
I loved it.
it was my favorite record
Loved
this
it.
week.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Not forgetting, okay, we've already talked about so don't need about you.
Ginger, let other
Rema.
people rant about their new music. Thank you so much.
All
No,
right.
but I really appreciate that you bro, you poured out, you knocked out almost every like artist I wanted to talk about. So I can wrap it up here and be happy, but I will still let people talk, man. Yeah, man. Who else wanted to chime in on new music? Any activity that they were excited about, that they're really passionate about speaking? It could be Rema, it could be anybody.
Shewa, I'll just segue the same thing you did. I shared with people around you. That's what I did.
Yeah, nice.
I was sending links
Nice, man.
to everybody. I know that likes, or at least I rate their taste at the very least. So we need people like that. And I remember earlier that day, I was thinking to myself about artists like, let's say Santi or Dunsi, in a sense, people who want to do something different, or say people who want to really, really sing. I'm like, imagine we lived in a world whereby those people never found success or never found or never got a chance.
I never found an audience.
I never found an audience. By success can mean anything to anybody,
Yeah.
And it's like, I think, who said, was it Cole that was like, what's up with like the gratification of artists, which is, they should put that in like Urban Dictionary or something, which is very valid, because I'm like,
man.
bro, people want to do different things. Like, this music shit is fun, and there are different dimensions and layers that can be explored. Both as an artist and as a listener,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a strong believer in like people don't even know what they want until they hear it.
Until they experience it.
So like when you hear a record like Lagos, I'm like, bruh, this woman did not come to play. Like, let's get it. Like, already I'm excited for an album. You feel me? So yeah. I definitely want the best for that person. What I'm excited about you, but I already spoke about that. I think I liked it more after hearing it live in Coachella.
Mm-hmm.
I just because I heard it live, I don't know if it was the performance or anything, but
maybe.
Yeah, and I think those are like my two, aside from Dante Clyde's Open Line, obviously, but
yeah. Open Line. I mean, last week, but yes, for sure, Dante Clyde, Open Line, definitely, man. Appreciate it, Dante.
If Shewa puts out a project, I'm buying it as well. I like the girl.
Yeah, man.
She has an album coming out. Don't worry.
Nice. Nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
She was here last week.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think she was here at some point, but she's no longer here. But
yeah.
I also like LAX stuff.
The album
with Joe Boy.
Yeah,
the one with Joe Boy. I like the song with Joe Boy
record. You like that one? Okay,
yes.
I hear it.
Yes, Sunshine. Sunshine.
I heard it too.
And even the Tame Me song with Fireboy and Fields. I like it.
Right, I can't remember how that one went.
Tame Me is a song with Fireboy and Fields.
I remember playing it on stream, but I don't remember much about it. But I definitely remember the Joe Boy record as well. But yeah,
there's a French guy that even featured the Amaarae. Fatu Mata or something. I like this song. I don't know why.
Naramali and French typically does not jive.
In French, I swear, and the beat is a typical Naramali beat. He wrote on it. His name is DDB, featuring Naramali. Fatu Mata, that's the title of the song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Plugin Naira. Anyway, man. Yeah, man. Love it. Appreciate it, Ginger. Anyway, I think that was it from Dante. Taj, what's up, man? New music. What did you cover? What are you passionate about from this new music Friday?
Aside from Sewa, there's a lot, and I don't know why I'm blanking right now. There's a lot I took in. A lot actually.
It was a heavy week.
But I'm blanking right now. That's
Rema, Lojay.
Yeah, I love the Rema record. I love that record a lot, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I really love the Rema record a lot.
Oh yeah, I saw your tweet. You think it's gonna surpass?
I mean, just off the musical.
Off
like
the
I know
music?
there's other things that can.
Right.
Like there's
Other factors, of course.
There's so many other factors, but I just think the hook of this record, like there's something very nostalgic and R&B, and just I feel like there's the melody of the pre-chorus to the chorus. I just feel like it's something that the whites and the Americans might be able to hold on to. That's purely off that.
Right.
I'm not talking about, obviously we know the business has to still happen and luck, chance, grace has to still happen.
Yeah.
And if you see the crime with all that hype, we didn't even get there no more. This one has a long way to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the record. The Lojay record, I don't know. I need to go back again. Not as freaked out. I think I like something about you more. I mean, something about you.
No. Somebody like you.
Somebody like you. Someone like you.
It's actually someone like you.
Someone like you. Yes,
Yeah.
I prefer that record. I think this is
This is a play for
Yeah, and I think they want to lean very much on the chorus.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the main catch.
This is also viral. It taps into the viral energy of Ordeal. Like I think that was what Lojay was like tapping from or sapping from, if that's a case of it. From how the record is even structured, it feels like an Ordeal record. It feels like this is what you hear Ordeal put out. But obviously it's a Lojay song, so he has his hook around it. But yeah, I think I enjoyed
Now
the record.
that you say it, that makes a lot of sense when I view from that perspective.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think, and I think Lojay actually needs to dabble in that space. Like, I don't think he has leaned into it as much. Do you know what I mean? Like into the, yes, you can call it like simple, catchy, but like leaning into that like danceable, viral, easy processing type of
something about being digital, like
and something so quotable, like telling a lady, "Oh wow, oh sexy, like the ginger."
Yeah, you know it. The TikTok.
Yeah.
The TikTok.
The TikTok baddies would immediately.
Nasty.
Yeah, man.
The TikTok is there, but I just feel like when I was listening in my room, I was like, I felt about this ultimately.
Yeah.
But then again, I get it.
Fire.
But if you come outside, maybe you see some baddies dancing next to it. You see.
They said that why is he using light skinned babes only?
Who said that?
They said Lojay is using light skinned babes. I love the song.
I saw that tweet actually. It was a Rema stand. That's only Rema uses. They said only Rema uses dark skin.
They said only Rema uses dark skin babes.
Bro, the type of banter.
Wait, Lojay did not use light skin women.
No, it's just again another very stupid. Like, cause there was one video where he was dancing with one light skin girl.
No, it's more than one.
It's more than one.
It's more than one.
He has used more than one light skin?
No, so he wants to use this friend.
Okay.
He wants to sing the song to his female friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, I saw that video. It was the babe.
No, it was one. It was a Rema. It was a Rema account. It was just banter.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But anyway,
they took Mona Lisa at Rema set, so Lojay technically was at Coachella, so whatever.
Man.
So what am I listening to? I'm listening to I like Ricardo Banks, Mukutu.
You say you like or you?
I like it. Yeah, I like that record. I like. I'm in love with. Is the Melon Project this week?
Last week, but yes. But
okay, no. Okay, then I like Trojan. That's Trojan, and that's my jam. Okay. Nice. Okay, this weekend. How much did I like from this weekend? Jesus, something is wrong. I need to check. I know it.
Did you like? Barry J. No one's mentioned Barry J.
Barry J.
Did you tap into Barry J?
I tapped into it, but I need to go again and listen again. I tapped into it a little, and I heard some songs on your space. I listened to it, but my mind was not. I was distracted. The album I really took in was LAX. I took in LAX's project.
Nice.
I don't know how I feel about it in general. Some jams there, but I just feel like it's a very general project. Like it has everything.
Which song do you like on it?
It's like a Davido album, but
yeah, it's like it just has a lot of everything from everybody. Yeah. I like the OML record. I call it the OML vibes, but I like the OML record. I like
Belema, I didn't know you said this, by the way. It's been killing me.
Said OML vibes, imagine.
Belema, can you defend it?
OML vibes.
Waiting concern TML, OML vibes.
TML, OML.
Bad boy, bad boy, OML, TML vibes, OML, bad boy, OML. All of them. Combine the two of them together, you get one person.
They can be a big. I like the Ajabo Stars record, and then I like the intro, but I'm not the biggest fan of the album personally. Right. I just think that it's too all over the place. Like it says like a Davido album.
Okay, so I'm saying that light like. Anyway.
Why would you say seems like a Davido album? Davido album never even.
I was saying that lightly now because
I said it's like a Davido album. It has everything. It's like very scattered.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like hey, you're Afro become. You are Amapiano.
Come. Yeah.
You are.
So I actually like some of the songs on there. It's actually really cool. And he had I have some tea. So this weekend
tea. Industry tea. Let's go.
LAX did like a pop-up event. Mm-hmm. He was selling merch and everything, and so he DJ'd like the album as well. Nice. And like played a couple of the songs, and then he DJ'd as well. But it was so cool because I ran into like some ATTW people. I even met Mike Oriv in the flesh.
Yeah, you told me you met Mike, man. That's crazy.
I met Mike. It was very random to how I met Mike because I had just gone there and they were asking me what my name was, and I was like, oh, for Belema. And then literally somebody turns around. I was like, are you Belema? And I was like, oh, Mike. Yeah, but it was cool. It was a great event. It's a good. I like the.
I can't really say you did last
that thing.
Oh yeah, she's been here.
Cause I'm here.
Oh, Ginger.
No, I don't know that, bro.
Sorry. I just now exposed myself. Yes.
Oh yeah, were you keeping it under wraps, by the way? I don't know.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a secret.
I know. But my message me was there.
Yeah. I've been in Lagos. I am in Lagos. Yes.
Right.
I bet when I tell you that, who will feed me, I beg. Who will carry me go chop?
Taj, when are you going?
So God willing, very soon. Because of that, I think. My enemies not trying.
Bring Sewa. Make she can't do radio rounds for you.
Yeah, now I go eat you up now. You go plug go. This one will. Sewa as far as it's crazy.
Bro, after that record, it's her best song. I think that's the song she needs to like lean on. Like it's her best record, and I've heard a lot of her work, even with the Caveman. As well.
Bro, everything on that song was perfect.
Bro,
delivery, lyrics,
it felt like
production.
It felt like Cobams arranged it, and it's crazy because she's the one that arranged it.
Bro, she arranged. You see,
and like it's crazy.
I think that's the crazy. Like once again, I've never worked with an artist that has this like that does her process is like this. Yeah. Like her process is say like it's like, you know when some people say real musicians, like
we have to say real musicians.
She builds this thing from scratch. Everything. She has like a little band.
Yeah.
She has her backup singers. You sing here.
Bro,
she will record. You sing here. She will engineer.
Oh my god.
She will engineer. Even although I don't know if I can share that, but even fun fact, the Lojay and Odi record, she did mix work on that. So that's very, very lucky.
She produces as well.
Not produces. She mixed like she arranged and mixed.
So
she's a sound engineer.
She's a sound engineer too.
She's a sound engineer. She went to school for sound and sound engineering. So she does a lot of sound engineering gigs in the city. Like Sewa is full-time music. Like she doesn't have the 9 to 5. It's full-time music. She performs, makes money from performances. She mixes people's songs. She makes money from that. She does a lot of like advertisement arrangement, like everything just sound related. Yeah, that's how I work in the signals of Toronto, right?
I was just talking about that, Asha, and what's it called? Precious just pointed me that she actually like performed that sounds.
Yeah, she was actually on stage last year. No, this year.
Was this year, no?
This year February. Yeah.
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 A
So
direct
I saw.
descendant of Prodigy or something
Yeah,
because it's
man.
like I could tell that this is like your idolo. I could tell it from
Yeah,
the song. I'm like,
it's one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things that's very obvious. But this one is just you guys just hear track. If you hear, if you hear what the
The other
babe is
records.
cooking.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Sewa.
Bro.
She's here. Shout out to Sewa.
Yeah,
Man.
she's
Sewa,
here.
come
Maybe
say
she can
hi.
come up
Can I
and speak about
just
it.
say, Emma, can I just
Yeah.
say, I get it, but I don't hear the Asha there. I get it.
You get why people point to Asha.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's the most obvious thing about it.
That's the thing about our brains,
but it's not
right?
specific.
You know, like our brains always.
I think it's the way she
gears
swings
to
from English to Yoruba.
Yes.
I think that's the only thing I
Yes,
can
there's that
pick.
too.
So I get it.
Yeah.
But I don't hear it like.
No, I
someone
think it's the
yeah.
closest point of reference to anyone that has listened to Asha before.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And I think I said on stream Lagbaja and you said fella, I'm like, you know what, same lane, but like still very
That was
much
about
Lagbaja.
Bonjaya, no?
You know what, Dante? I get it. She's if you actually dig deep, she's not like Asha. Yes, first of all, I think she speaks more Yoruba than Asha.
No, Asha has full on Yoruba records. Bro.
Okay, yeah, she.
Asha has full on Yoruba record.
Yeah, Asha is folk. Like, and Sewa is also folk in some sense too. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was Obongjaya. I think that was.
Yeah, the conversation there was
Obongjaya.
Like,
yeah, but I heard Lagbaja once the song played. That's who I heard, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, Lagbaja and Ego.
Is Lagbaja I heard those like arrangements, those having sections, having like the song is exciting to the end. In fact, the snippet didn't even do it justice. This is my issue with snippets.
Yeah.
They shouldn't ban them because they use them. But if you don't listen to the whole song, you're not going to really get everything that he has to offer. Right. He's somebody that care about people that will listen, you know.
Right. Well, yeah, no, like the shower song. If you judge it on the first 5 minutes and first 5 seconds, just because you define Bedu, you will be lost. It's the anticipation. It just keeps breaking ceilings and breaking ceilings.
Bro,
she kept spazzing.
My head was spinning, bro. My head
it's a live. Every song is a live performance, a live rendition of what how she envisions how it to sound live. Like it's we have some Bedu artists that always say, I made something that it will sound like this when this one is arranged specifically to do that live as well.
Yeah.
So it's how she built her records. I think the biggest thing about Sewa is she's very relatable. The next set of songs she's coming out, trust me, it's just your average. She's like a simi, but more folk, like more jazz and
more jazz.
Like just your girl next door and her.
But she was scatting with the sax, bro. Like there's level of skill and technique that went into this record. Like and she was just vibing.
See, that's part of it. A technically complete record.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Don't tell me,
bro.
Benny, Dante, I say you go yes, don't worry. Listen to
I don't die.
Baba, people around me, that's when they talk to me.
See, when you said around
he said around me there and Asha, and I absolutely agree.
To be honest, though, Sewa is more R&B than Asha. Like
I know.
For sure. She's more R&B
than Asha. Yeah. She's also more of like I don't say an insane vocalist. Like she.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no, you can't say that. You can't say that. Her runs are very R&B, and she doesn't. Asha doesn't attend those. Yeah.
She runs like an R&B artist. Asha doesn't run like an R&B artist. Like so, there's those differences there.
Yeah.
Like I like the fortes that she gets into the strength of her voice too.
Those and the grits. Oh
god. Asha doesn't have it. No, so it's still a very different person.
Bro, there's differences for sure. Like
these are the things me I'm hearing on first listen. I'm like, I get what they are saying, but it's not exactly. Although I don't understand people need reference points to be able to enjoy
people need reference points.
Just an easy thing. Just
average passive listener. Yeah.
Like how would you describe her to someone that is walking down the road or anything? Like you would have to need to point her to Asha a little bit and then bring it back to someone else.
I would never point to Asha. I just wouldn't. I don't know. I just would be like, this is one of the
I think that's a good thing about it though. Like she doesn't have one particular.
I'll be more like that,
of course.
Yeah.
Is there someone you bring up before Asha?
Lagbaja. I don't know, just me and everybody that like I
Okay.
sent the record.
Sure.
I was like, check this out, and
Okay.
I don't know.
But
They
even
will
if
check it out.
even if it even if it tell them,
Is
even
it
if it tell them,
Lagbaja or Ego?
I think it's
Like
the ego
which
in
one?
Lagbaja, right?
Because I'm not hearing
Because
Lagbaja.
bro.
I see with the ego, of course. On
That's it. No matter how much you say like the person will hear it and tell the next person that is Ashada here.
yeah,
Bruh,
So
I think ego would be a good.
people there were people texting me that, oh, it reminds them of Ashan. I'm like, cool.
I think never far
I'm not
away,
trying
never
to.
far away. Ego's performance on never
Yeah,
far away, because ego was giving mad
no,
runs
no,
too.
no. See, this is not the ego.
Like
It is
exactly like
the
that.
arrangement. It is the like instrumentation. It is all those things that came together for me.
Yeah.
From like the instrumentals, right? Was
Yeah.
like, oh, and then the arrangement. I'm like, it just gives me Lagwaja.
No,
That's what it
Tante,
does
I
for me.
absolutely say if you are saying for Lagos loving, the reference point is Lagbaja's Never
Yeah,
Far Away.
yeah,
That song
yeah.
specifically and how Ego delivered on it, I think it would make sense. Because I feel like
So
that's
I
a
would
good
go. I
comparison.
wasn't thinking about Ego, but I was thinking of Never Far Away's arrangement.
Yeah, yeah,
I think Shewa also likes her vocals a little bit drier than Asha.
yeah.
Yeah, I think her vocals are a lot more dry. Even I tried to wind her to make it a bit wet, but she did not answer me. I kept quiet
I
because
would
I
like
clearly
to hear
this is
her
not my
vocals
space.
get wet.
Yeah, I felt the same
That
way
would be
too,
sick.
but like I'm minding my business because I feel like I don't know shit about
Miss
this
wanted
space.
to
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
Taz,
Miss
you need to
Wanted
explain
wants to
this
say
thing to
something
them.
real quick, guys.
No,
No, Miss Wanted, I know where your head was. I know where your head was. It was in the
are you guys in the
Give
gutter?
context to
it
people
was
that
in the
don't
gutter,
understand.
Miss Wanted. I
Oh,
better
but
come out of
You
that
don't give
gutter.
context, man.
we said vocals now. You
Yeah,
don't hear
better.
vocals.
Please, I'm just a troublemaker. I understood.
No,
No, guy, they just know on your word. I beg.
but that's where you worded that, bro.
Yes, please. In mixing terms, like the way you average pop artists in mixes and
No, no,
vocals
no.
is
I
low.
used to be a musician. Don't worry. I know what you mean.
So you just a winos.
Yeah,
I
so
knew as she made that little noise, I was like, I had this moment going
But
there.
Taj, I get what you're saying, bro. Like,
No,
I
for
think this is the
sure.
kind of artist that definitely appreciating like the raw form 100%.
Yeah.
But like also in the future, I would like to see when she leans into like the
yeah,
electronic.
I tried to whine her a bit to get it a bit. The first version was a bit wetter, but she said no, she don't want to try. I mean, to be honest, I have to just shut up because I feel like I don't know shit about this process. This is not. So I just keep quiet. I'm just like, okay, yes, ma. It is what you want to do. But I was like, I'm trying to get to it because now we're digitalizing this thing. No, this is not you on stage. She said no. So that's exactly how she wanted to feel. I said, okay. Sometimes you just gotta keep your mouth
like
shut.
she's spot on
I
that.
believe it.
No, Taj,
She's
like
spot on
what,
that. She's
what you
spot on
said
that
about
live
this
feeling though. I
stage.
understand
Okay,
digitalizing it, but yeah, I think she nails it with the raw live ones.
okay, so what you said about her being on stage literally was what drew me to her. Like, I felt like, I don't know, when I was younger, I used to go to all this like Bogobiri. I used to go to, what they call it, Freedom Park, Muson Center. It just gave me like this nostalgia, like this, like very heavy. It wasn't like light nostalgia. It was like I was in secondary school and they were telling us, go and bring your trumpet, you're going to Muson Center. Like, I just felt like I was hearing something that was so like, beyond like something that is played on radio. It felt like I'm there with that. Do you understand? Like, I don't know how to explain it, and it's very hard to get on a track. It's very hard to get that like digital hug. Like, do you understand what I mean? Like, it's very. So there's something very organic about our music, which is what I actually appreciate the most about that, beyond vocals or mixing or arrangements. I think that's what I like about it. It's very intimate in a way, which is also what's like White Thames's music, or earlier, not earlier, mid success music. That's why it resonated with me too, because it felt like something like I felt like I feel like I'm in the studio with her. I feel like I know her. Like, it's something very familiar about her sound, if that makes sense. And when I heard her, to be honest, this person I'm about to mention, they don't sound alike. But the person I thought of when I heard that was Temi Face. I don't know if you guys remember Temi Face.
Of course.
But that was like, when I heard her, like, even the branding, or I won't say branding because I don't know if she's making like putting effort into branding as opposed to sound. But like, when I heard that, when I saw her, I was like, shit, there's something about Temi Face that is like jumping out. I don't know what it is. Temi Face and Aramide, those were the two people I was thinking about. So Asha and Ego, arguable, but yeah, I feel like I took.
Love it, love it, love it. All right.
Can I just point out something in terms of like the try aspect?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm butchering the name, but Beautiful Nubia.
Yes, 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 for sure.
You see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy because on Shewa's back end, her second most listened country is SA. I don't know.
Second most listened
country, yeah,
nice.
SA. They're chopping out in that South Africa area.
Yes,
Nice, man.
yes.
And because they like that, they have a lot of that. There's a lot of
They have a lot of similarities. If you go back all the way from like Freshly Ground and Co, that's what Shewa was giving me. The doobie, their house songs and stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to what's next, man. I know we've gone like probably 30 minutes on Shewa, which is needed, man. That's what good music we get out of you. Good conversations about it. But yeah, man. Just for the sake of wrapping things up, where do we stand on new music? I think we've covered most of our grounds. I kind of like this format. Just let everyone speak about what they're passionate about.
I know you guys entered the whole Burna situation. I'll probably have to watch back.
Yeah, you probably have to. Yeah.
God, yeah, I was getting called a lot. But it is well. This is probably my first time ever listening back. Because I actually want to hear that conversation. Okay. I normally don't. I'm already used already. Because I'm always here most of the time.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
We appreciate everyone that was able to chime in.
Did Lasmid come? Sorry, I didn't
Lasmid, yeah, he was. We did a 30 minutes.
There's this Ghanaian artist that is kind of popular right now, ATTW. Have you heard of him?
ATTW, yeah.
Sorry, ATTW.
Yeah, ATTW, yeah. He's popping up too.
Dad, you know the Olive the boy, Abby?
Yeah, that one, I know him since I'm TikTok boy.
Yeah.
TikTok boy.
Yeah, not TikTok boy.
Wait.
The reason why
I was around 20 Ghanaians.
Do some with that show they get, Abby.
Yeah,
I go sending for you or something. I don't.
He's the one that has that good sing song. Pinsing.
Yeah.
Good sing.
Yeah.
Good sing. Yeah.
I was around so many Ghanaians this weekend. I
saw that he was the show day guy.
Show day? Is it show day? Oh, he has a record.
He has a song.
Yeah, he has a song. He has a song.
Yeah, so Black Sheriff was in town this past weekend. So him, King Promise, they're all in the clubs. So I had lots of their music.
Did you go for his show?
I couldn't make it for the show, but I saw him at the after party.
Nice.
So him, King Promise, they were in town.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
But wait, Taj, people gave good reviews about the Edmonton Rema show. It was good, right?
I haven't really spoken to people in Edmonton.
Edmonton.
I haven't spoken to people in Edmonton, but it looked lit. Their own stadium. I mean, their own arena was very different. It was just all standing. So I don't know, very different setup. But well, looking forward to Rema next month, man. I will be there live. Can't miss it for a shit. Yeah. I know he's getting killed by the whole Coachella thing, but I don't know what's going on there too.
It was 30 minutes late plus sound issues as it was performing.
This is the same thing he did. Rolling Loud too. He didn't come out early.
Rolling Loud. Yeah. Rolling Loud.
I don't know what's up with the issues with the festivals, but this is.
Yeah, I guess it's. I think because he has requirements, and in this case, they actually highlighted because we're rehashing it before we close up. They actually highlighted that the earpiece or the in-ears he had for sound check, they gave him a different one when it was time for his set, so it couldn't fit well. And I think most of the drummers were not able to hear each other, or many of the instrumentalists couldn't hear each other. So it became
okay. So he was there. It was sound that
and the mic tuner had issues apparently, so he wasn't necessarily singing to the mic. So yeah,
man, all these things, man, it happen, man. It happen, bro. Trust me.
Hopefully next week on Coachella stage will be better.
You'll be in sound check like this. Everything will be working. As soon as start, everything will just stop working.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It's the most annoying thing ever.
Yeah, man.
It is what it is.
It's exactly what happens in this space, bro.
Yeah, it's
every
exactly
time I'm recording.
Bro, you would test. They will put sticker and highlight the person's mic. Please, nobody should use the mic. We'll shout. As the about to climb still that is voila.
Yeah, man.
No, I don't boss. So it is
all right, man. Yeah, man, it is what it is. Appreciate everyone tonight. Today was fun. It was great. We got to meet Lasmid. Got to hear top 10 records. Dived into The Coachella event, we spoke about Burna and his statements yet again. But, and of course, we ended up with new music and all the exciting ones. We didn't talk about Davido's track list. Real quick. Davido's track
where's
list.
the Muse
Immediate
record,
reactions to this.
I can't find the Muse
David.
record.
Huh?
Can I say I don't hate towards Davido. Like,
But about the hate.
I don't
It's
get it.
like
Like,
mad.
I've seen the track list. The trailer was so good, and everybody's hating on it. So at least most people on my timeline, they're hating on it on Twitter.
On the trailer?
Yeah, on the trailer, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like, and
Go to
also,
Instagram, you will see the
We're not on my TL, Sha. Not on my TL.
now my
People
own
liked
TL
it? People liked it on your TL, right?
Yeah, me, I don't see any hate on my own TL, Sha.
Yeah, but as I was saying, man, and also, I don't know if you guys have seen something that's going on Instagram. The guy has a private, I think that was his like spam account. That man is posting bare stuff from like before, so he's now using it to like
Wait,
promote.
which man, Davido?
Yeah, like he has
a spam account.
He has a spam account and he's just posting. He says, I think the name of the spam account is 5 o'clock. I think that's where I first saw like the track list. He put
I didn't know this.
Album of the year beneath it. It's a really good PR move, Sha. I think he's trying to move.
Put it like a Drake or
The only thing that I like about the what's it called, the track list releases, that back cover. I like the art.
Yeah,
I like that he did the
that
cowering
looks
thing.
better. That looks like a cleaner cover.
Yeah, I think that's the best. I think probably
Ginger, thank you. God bless you. I hate. Okay, hate is a strong word. I've not been a fan. I've not been a fan of the creative direction with like this album, the merch and the logo.
Excuse me.
It's been. It's been.
Whoever did that, they should flog them.
It was some clip arts like type of textures I was seeing there. I was like, yo, what is
Amazon?
going on? But no, this track list cover, the plain blue behind him, the pose he has is a distinct pose behind it. He has the coverings on over his face. Like I feel like there's so much depth in this one little pose and cover that we can actually see this as a valid cover, like album cover. But bro, bring this to the front. Like, come on, bring this to the front. Don't keep it at the back, man. I'm just looking at it now.
I'm
like,
telling
this is way
that was
better.
about the front cover, not even back cover.
Yeah, this is way better, man.
And the thing that I saw that this thing that surprised me is and Asa has been listed as an executive producer this time around on this one. I think the previous one used to have the other guy's name. What was his name? The guy that was heading his BMW or so. I think this one has Asa as executive producer. Yeah. So I think maybe he was fully involved in this one, in this album.
Sorry, can someone pin it up real quick?
Yeah, Asa's name.
Like we talked. Yeah, we talked. I think we talked and had a post on it that listed the features too. I'm trying to pin it here. I probably should have just done it on my.
I'm looking forward to the new Chris Brown song. I know they always have good chemistry, so yeah.
Yes, thank you. Let's talk about that. Chris Brown's on it. He has a record with two of the best, I would say, francophone Afrobeats artists. Okay, we have
the Daju guy
and they have a joint album together. They have a strong synergy. Those two alone, Tasty and Daju. I'm expecting a Davido verse on top of that, or that just the chemistry that they have. I'm expecting that record to be strong. And what else is on this track list?
There is a Victoni and
Musakis, yeah.
Victoni and Musakis.
The two of them already have Selema remix, so I'm expecting. Well, it might be on my piano, but I'm still expecting it to bang, Sha.
Yeah, man. It might be. Dante, this kind of might be.
I don't know, bro. Like, I really do not want to bang.
Okay, I would place a bet. I'll place a huge bet that is on my piano.
Although there are lots of features on this, I just hope it doesn't give us a feeling of ABT with loads of features. Like,
Yeah,
This one too has
I
plenty
think
features.
you can have loads of features, but I think if there is like quality all through,
If it works, that's what I'm saying.
if it
Like
works
if it
all through,
works,
if it's all to standard, I think it would be
exactly.
But that's why I wanted.
yeah.
I'm getting less features than I wanted. That's my own
Oh,
issue now.
Really?
this is good, man.
Yes.
This is a good amount.
This is a good amount.
Okay.
This is a
This
decent
is a
amount.
good amount now.
I don't want
Good
more
for
than this
you, bro.
actually.
I
You
can.
don't want more than
anything,
this.
I want
It's too
less.
crowded.
Come on,
Please, I needed it to be packed with features, bro.
Like
I'm
AVT?
still complaining. Not
Now
I don't
ABT
know,
be
bro.
that
That's
man.
AVT, my
Like
bro.
Part 2.
yeah, cool.
You
But
don't
like
want
that one
another
didn't work for
AVT,
me.
my bro.
That one, okay, me I actually like ABT, but that one did not really like do it for me. I wanted another, and there are a lot of like features here, but because like Fonz is already out, okay, Omale is here, so it makes up for like Omale is like 3 people.
I'm excited about that
Bro,
one.
David is doing 2-3 features on a song. Do you know how much that is?
Wait,
Okay,
is Omale alone or who else?
Omale
Yeah,
is
Omale is
alone
alone.
on the
It's called
last
With-
track.
Omale is alone. Victoria Monet is alone.
And that's a closer too.
Yes, and who
Again,
else? Chris
I'm
Brown is
asking
alone.
why
But
did
the
they
rest
wind
is
us
2
down?
2 2 2 2 2.
Ginger,
Is that?
sorry, can you hear?
What you talk, Dante?
I
Yeah.
said once again, I'm still like, why did they wind us that Means was going to be on the project?
Oh yeah, means
That who was it? Means.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, they said Means go to the project.
Yes, no, that's what they say in that video.
Ah.
The
I
song,
think I remember
and
being
then-
excited for Mins. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe they cut them off now.
So when
during
I
the
tell you I didn't
selection.
get enough features,
When they
that's the one
submit
I'm
them to
looking for.
Sony.
Yeah, man.
You know, you said he made you said he made over 80 tracks for this album.
He made tons, of course.
So, and they had to cut down to this 17 that he picked.
Anyone
So
notice he's
I'm
still
guessing
running
that-
on 17 tracks as well?
Yeah, he's always doing 17.
Yeah, he's being consistent. We know a Davido album
Yeah,
when we
he's
see
being
it.
consistent.
You should stop being consistent, I beg. 17 is a lot. Like, sometimes deviate.
Yeah.
Please.
Only 17 tracks. All the albums.
There needs to be a lot of throwaways on the album.
sure.
So what's the use? Like, just concentrate on
Timeless did
nine.
not have a lot of
Timeless,
throwaways.
yeah.
Timeless is a special case.
That's a blanket statement, too. But okay. I agree.
Alright,
with
this
you.
is where we end it.
Sorry, me, I'm excited about the feature.
Before you end.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the Means record, Means dropped a record, not officially, but just on SoundCloud and Untitled link.
Right. I remember seeing something like that. I thought it was throwing it back to SoundCloud, but I'll go check that out too. Good point. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone that's able to tune in. We had some technical issues midway, but we'll make up for it by God's grace. Enjoy the rest of your night. Be here.
Good night, everyone.
We should be here. Just a heads up. We should be here next week. The week after, we might not, but we'll talk. Maybe we can do something. But I wouldn't be around on the 28th.
Yeah.
At 28th and actually 28th, just 28th. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, appreciate you guys.
But Belema go stand now.
I guess so. I didn't want to like confirm it, but yeah.
No worries. We are here.
We're here. All right, dope stuff, man. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy the
Bye,
rest of your week.
everyone.
We out.